Welcome to Big Sky Country, where the football players are made just a little tougher. Today in Bozeman, the Bengals from Idaho State ready to tangle with Montana State. It's homecoming weekend, and that means what happens in Bozeman stays in Bozeman. The Cats and Bengals next on Altitude. It is a spectacular Saturday in the Rocky Mountain region as we get ready for college football, Big Sky style, this afternoon in Bozeman. The Bobcats ready to play host to the Bengals from Idaho State. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Bozeman. I'm Mitch Hyder. You know, these two teams have met for 59 consecutive seasons, yet amazingly, there's never been a matchup where the two of them have been ranked simultaneously. That is the case today. Translation, we're going to have ourselves a pretty darn good football game. I want to welcome in my broadcast partner, Irv Brown. And Irv, let's start with the home team, Montana State. They won't blow you away offensively, but they will beat you on occasion.
Well, they have the best player in the league, Travis Lulay. Not only can he throw the football, wait till you see him punt people. This guy is unreal. Travis is something else. He'll throw it 40 times a day. There's his favorite receiver, Tremaine Murray. He'll throw short. He'll throw digs. He'll throw the fade. This guy is the real deal. Last week, in their big victory over North Dakota State, Lulay was his usual self. Here's his first effort to Murray. And, he gets knocked down pretty good. That wasn't Murray. This is Murray coming up here. Murray will break away with a great effort, terrific catch. You're going to have to do a job on Travis Lulay. I'm guessing you will see a lot of nickel and dime packages today from Idaho State.
Okay, on the other side, you've got Idaho State, and the Idaho State team is really playing well. 3-1 coming off a big upset. Pongo Tongafau. I'm going to save you the trouble, but he leads their defense.
Well, his name may be hard to pronounce, but this guy is a player. If you stay in bounds, I saw him last year, he will find you. He just became an American citizen. This guy is the real deal, and when he hits you, he really hits you. Good football player. This should be a good football game.
Good football players, good football teams. It's homecoming, all the ingredients of a very, very special game coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening kick. It's going to be a good one. We are in Montana State, and they'll take on Idaho State next on Altitude. Today's game on Altitude Sports and Entertainment is being brought to you by Siltahar Motors. Great brands, one convenient location. By Pizza Hut, gather around the good stuff. And by King Soopers, our people make the difference. Back in Bozeman, Montana, we're just about ready to have at it, Mr. Brown, and the toss being conducted as we speak. Talk about perfect weather. It is spectacular up here today.
It's great. I'll tell you what, it's a great area to come to. There's a lot of hunting. There's a lot of fishing. These are good people. And you pointed out at the top, this is a rivalry that has been a rivalry forever. We did the game. Last year, and it'll be a good one.
All right, time now for our Toyota game plan. That would be Mr. Brown's keys to this afternoon's game, Irv.
All right, here's what's got to happen. First of all, for Idaho State, you got to contain Lulay. I don't think you can, but you got to keep it respectable. They got to run the football. They got to shorten this game. The other side, Montana State, you got to throw against an inexperienced secondary, and you got to protect Lulay. Idaho State has a lot of sacks this year. As you look at Mike Kramer, good guy, been around. Both these coaches have background in the Pacific Northwest.
Sixth year, of course, at Montana State, 27-36 overall, 12th year as a head coach, and he hails from the land of Idaho. On the other side, Larry Lewis in his 7th season, 36-35, third most wins in school history at Idaho State. Versus Montana State, a pretty respectable 4-2. This guy spent 17 years as an assistant, Irv, to get his first shot.
You know, we were talking to the Idaho State SID Frank Margarione, and he mentioned that Lewis got an extension the longest they've ever given out. Idaho State will get the ball first. I think Montana State, we were talking, but I think they deferred till the second half. They'll have a full house here, and they'll be a very, very vocal and excitable group. This is homecoming, as you pointed out.
LeGrone back deep for Idaho State. The Bengals to get the opening kickoff, as Irv just mentioned. Good look at the man doing the honors off the tee. Ryan Slack. Not a bad touchback ratio. And we are just about set to go here in Bozeman.
This is a big one. Idaho State got a jump on everybody. They got a big upset last week. They hung on, beat Eastern Washington. They wanted on the Big Sky. And both teams have played D1 schools and were respectable. Idaho State lost 15-10. I'm sorry, Montana State lost 15-10 to Oklahoma State. I don't know how they kept it that close. Oklahoma State ran up and down the field, but they couldn't get in the end zone. And Idaho State went down to Kentucky and put 29 on the board against them. Now, Mitch, let's be honest. Those teams are invited in. They give you a few $1,000s to beat you up. And it isn't exactly what they thought. Rich Brooks is a friend of my kids, coached with him. He says these guys never gave up. They kept moving the ball. Here we go.
Bengals led 29-28 against Kentucky before losing by 13. The kick is away. LeGrone will field the football at the 5, and our game is underway. Pretty good seam right up the gut. Cuts to the outside. Sidesteps another tackler trying to turn the corner. Hit and brought down. Helmet comes off, and so does he at the 32-yard line. Take a look at the quarterback for the Bengals. And Hagler will get the start, and Hagler, not a bad one. He is just a very, very solid guy. Has a knack for finding the end zone, Irvin. I guess that's kind of the key for a quarterback.
You know, until this year, he hadn't played a football game since 1999. He went on a mission. He's 25 years of age, the oldest quarterback in football. Here we go. Odd man front.
A couple of players shift to the left side. One stays in the slot. Doing the running play. Good room off the left side. Trying to turn the corner up and out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. Will go Josh Barnett. Check the starting lineups. Backs and receivers presented by Oppenheimer Funds. There you go. Akila Lacey, Shedrack Okabar. Offensive line, Evan Smith. He is a very, very good one. We'll keep it on number 72. Again, starting lineups for both teams brought to you by Oppenheimer Funds. First down on that first down play. So 1st and 10, the ball at the 38 of Idaho State. Again, Barnett again will try and turn the corner. Another good seam as he turns it upfield and picks up nearly 9 again.
That's their game, counter Trey. This kid is a little quicker than the other guy we'll see. Pretty good football player.
So Barnett, 2 carries, about 18 yards.
All right, let's pick it up. Once again, you pull a guard, you pull a tackle. Barnett cuts on a dime, picks up great yardage. This is their plan, Mitch. You've got to keep it on the ground and shorten this game. Keep it away from Lulay.
It will set that defense momentarily. So 2nd down and 1. A buffet now to pick from. Back to throw. Looking left. Wide open in the flat catch made 1st down yardage and a whole lot more. Receiver trying to make a little bit more out of it than there was, and a pretty good catch and run that time by Dane Simmons. Ball came free after the play was blown dead.
Well, it come out 2nd and 1. Let's take a look at UD, Mitch.
Defensive line presented by Oppenheimer. Daryl Rogers, number 92. He is a large individual, tough to move. Siatonga also on that front line. Epikopo King, keep an eye on him. He is a very, very good one, and so is Bobby Daly. There's your secondary led by Ryan Force. Appropriate name for a DB. So 1st and 10, ball now at the 40-yard line of Montana State. They are really moving the chains. This time the first carry by Ken Cornist, and he goes absolutely nowhere.
Daly hit him. Daly's a young kid. He's a typical Montana kid, what I know of Montana. He'll hit you. He's a young kid who got a guy down. Keep in mind, Montana State is missing 3 starters on defense, 2 linebackers, and boy, somebody just took the count right there.
Aaron Papich is not feeling good at the moment, being helped by a couple of his team. We'll take a quick timeout, just underway here in Bozeman. 13-18 left to play in the first quarter. Right now, the visitors on the move. No score in Montana. Welcome back to Bobcat Stadium in Bozeman, Montana. Mitch Hyder, Irv Brown, while we were away, a quick 2nd down play, picked up 5 yards for the Bengals. They're facing 3rd and 5 here, and this time Montana State will have none of it. Good lateral pursuit up front that time by the Bobcats.
Well, they did the job as Idaho State. Watch the action inside now. Idaho State attempting to run the football and nothing doing. You saw the contact there and the first hit for Montana State as they get to Georgetown. They're going to go for it, looks like, Mitch. Once again, let's give credit to the guy who made the tackle, David Siatonga.
Too far for a field goal, too short for a punt. Might as well. For opening drive here in Bozeman.
They're trying to draw him off. No, they're not.
4th and 5. Hagler back to throw. Plenty of time. Here comes the pressure. Gets the football away. Good defensive coverage. Good pressure on the quarterback. Net result, they will turn it over on downs.
Coaches next to us from Idaho State, I'm not sure they were that thrilled with the 3rd down call, which led to the pass on 4th down.
Well, didn't they make it?
Did who make it?
No, didn't they make the call?
Well, I'm not sure that the head coach shouldn't have disapproved. All right, your first look at a terrific quarterback. Now, this guy is the real deal for Mike Kramer. Lulay.
So Mr. Lulay will set his team 1st and 10. Pretty good field position to work with from his 35-yard line. Offset eye. Lulay back to throw. Looking down the field. Going to go for the whole ball. Wax got a man out there. Perfect throw. Great catch. All the way down to the 14-yard line goes Rick Gatewood.
How about that? Comes out throwing, play action. Beware of the dog. Watch out what happens in the middle of the field. And Gatewood, who can burn you. There's 3 of these guys that can burn you. This guy's as good against. Let's pick it up again. Here it is. Fakes to the fullback. Throws the ball right down the middle of the field. The safety bites. And Gatewood puts him in great position.
Gatewood missed the first 2 games of the year. Came back last weekend, had 9 catches. That one for 39 yards. There's the give right up the gut. That time a little more standard play. Nets maybe 2, maybe 3 yards for Justin Dominic.
Dominic getting some action because of some injuries, and they have really had a problem running the ball. They'll have a real problem running the ball against Idaho State. The key is what you saw, play action on the 1st down. Take away that good pass rush that Idaho State has been able to pick up 15 sacks in the early going.
Tell you what, give Montana State credit. Their defense bent a little bit, didn't break, got the football back, and they immediately injected this homecoming crowd right into the contest.
Yes, they did the same thing against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State ran up and down the field against in Stillwater. Couldn't score.
2nd down and 8 for Lulay. Dominic the lone setback. Little out route catch made again by Rick Gatewood. Got away from the defender, finally hit and brought down at about the 7-8 yard line, maybe just shy of a 1st down.
Quick little turn in, and they make it work. Let's pick it up once again. Gatewood. Now watch, they're coming with a safety on the outside. They pick it up, do a good job. And Lulay with a strong arm is able to get the job done. I don't know much about the Idaho State secondary, if they can really compete with these guys. Not going to be easy.
Gatewood has already made his presence felt. Splits wide to the near side. I formation this time. Like the deep back is Jason Gathing. Dominic in motion. There's the give to the 2nd man through. Going nowhere. Hit and violently brought down for no gain. That carry actually. Indeed it is Gathing.
The first hit, yeah, is by Ross, one of the linebackers, 5'11", 230, a junior from Nampa, Idaho. So this is throwing down. They tried to fool him that time. You know they want to throw the ball. They can't run the ball. They throw the ball effectively. There's Ross who made the play. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, this is 4th down and the field goal coming.
Jeff Hastings, who's off to a great start, 5 out of 6 to start the year. This one about 4 yards more than an extra point. It is up. It is near the left side, but just inside the left upright. So Hastings puts Montana State on top early. 10:03 to play here in the 1st quarter in Bozeman. Montana State strikes first. 3-0 lead over Idaho State. Come on back for more in the 1st quarter. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the 1st quarter in Bozeman, Montana. 10:03 to play in the 1st. There you see Montana State striking early with that 3-0 count. Let's check out the Subway scoring drive. 5 plays. Took 2:19 to do it. 18-yard field goal by Mr. Hastings, and that has put the home team on top early.
They only rushed for about 3 yards on that drive, but Lulay was terrific. The big play was the post pattern, the deep post to Gatewood. Idaho State took that football, looked like $1 million running the ball, and they had some curious calls when they got on the other side of the 50. Let's see if they regroup a little bit. That Lulay fun to watch, though, Mitch? We saw him last year on altitude. Where do you see him punt?
I'm actually looking
Soccer
forward to a guy
style.
punting.
Well, he rolls out, and then he takes a look at what's downfield. My guess is he'll put 2 people back there because he heard him. Now remember, Idaho State plays indoors. This is on grass. It's a big difference.
By the way, the wind is really whipping here all of a sudden. It was a pretty calm morning. There's a pooch kick to the near sideline. Nobody back there. Somebody better go get it. Catching a break as Idaho State, as that ball goes out of bounds untouched. The flag comes in.
Well, it tried to fool him. So this is going to cost some pretty good position here. See if Idaho State can take advantage.
Illegal procedure should bring it out to the 35-yard line if indeed the Bengals choose to do so.
We're going to administer the ball from the 35-yard line. First and 10 for Idaho State.
It's a good position for Idaho State to begin their second drive of the afternoon.
Now, they really alternate these two running backs, and these guys are the real deal. One's a little quicker than the other one. Cornish, the one that we didn't see as much the first time. He went to Helix High School. That's where Reggie Bush, and I know you do little hoops, Bill Walton went there. And the other guy, Barnett, just a little quicker. We saw mainly Barnett.
Again, Cornish has yet to start a game. Cornish has yet to start a game, but he leads the team in rushing. Fake to Barnett, back to throw, looking downfield, going over the middle, and traffic. A great grab between 4 blue jerseys across midfield and hanging on. My goodness.
Boy, that Ryan Force laid a lick on him too. It didn't matter. Holds on to get the chores done there, so they're in position. All right, let's pick it up now. Hagler, he's a stubborn kid. That's the best way to describe him. He throws to Dane Simmons, and Simmons is 6'3", 205. Rancho Cucamonga, Mitch. He's hurting, isn't he? Boy, did he take a lick there? How about that? You know, this Hagler's an interesting guy. You can pull your hair out and you can cheer him. I like his competitiveness. I like his toughness. Comes out and throws the football the very first down.
You know, Irv, he's averaging 223 yards in total offense a game, but he's already got 4 rushing touchdowns on the year. But what impresses me is when they've had first and goal this year with him at the quarterback spot, they are 11 for 11 in finding the touchdown.
That red zone, that's what it's all about. You and I are from Denver. They talk a lot about the Broncos in the red zone.
Dane Simmons up and off under his own power. Looked like he just took that shot to the midsection. Hopefully he will return.
All right, they'll go back to the running game now. Watch.
So Barnett, lone setback in the deep I, 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Lanier in motion. There's Barnett off the right side looking for a hole. He finds one and squirts out to about the 39-yard line. Again, Irv, 8 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's got that quickness. He really does a terrific job. They block it pretty effectively. This is a pretty good football team. Larry Lewis didn't get that extension for nothing. The guy in the middle, George Yarno, we know that name. His papa used to play in Denver with the Denver Gold.
There's a lot of names around this Montana State campus that we recognize. Picture of Joe Tiller behind us. Some guy named Sonny Glubick used to work here.
They fired Sonny. I'll never forget that. It happened in Reno. It was the first down ever. But you mentioned Joe Tiller. He was an All-American tackle up here. Got to know him. That kid who coached with him in Wyoming, he was just terrific. So power off that left side. Corey Austin comes up to make the tackle. Once again, they like to run behind Evan Smith. You mentioned him earlier. Evan Smith is a big one, 6'4", 260, just a freshman. Him and Sam Downs had a nice hole that time.
Eddie Thompson coming wide to the near side, bottom of your screen. Split backfield this time. Hagel will hand off. That's Cornish. Gets to the 35, pushes his way down to about the 34.
This is simply counter trey, the play that Joe Gibbs made famous. They'll pull Buckway. They'll pull Smith or Orem, and they just lead through the hole. They look for someone to block. Short yardage that time, and Nick Marutis, the linebacker out of Bozeman, makes the tackle.
Good look at that Montana State front four. Idaho State trailing 3-0 early, on the move here in the first quarter. All kinds of motion, 3-player shift in that offset I. Second man through, that's Barnett. Trying to turn the corner, can't do so. Hit wrapped up and brought down after a gain of a couple.
Well, Marutis really played it well, as did Dane Fletcher. Let's pick up Marutis here, though. All right, watch. They pull a guard now, and that's their offense. Pull a guard, look for someone to block, and Marutis and Fletcher said nothing doing, and then the pursuit takes over. Montana State, Mitch, is a team that will bend. I seldom see them break, and that's the case. They lost 15-10 in Stillwater, and if you look at the film, you say, how could they only have given up 15 points? Okie State marched up and down the field, couldn't get it in.
3rd down and 4. Idaho State marching right into the teeth of about a 25-mile-per-hour wind. Ball batted in the air. It's a free football. Hits the turf before either team can get to it. So again, a 4th down and 4 coming up from, well, just outside the 30 this time.
Yeah, let's pick this up from field level. Watch Bobby Daly. Bobby Daly is the guy who I thought might make the play. The ball is tipped, and you yell Oski if you make an interception. Ooh. Daly almost makes it. All right, so what do you do here now? You're 4th and about 3.
Well, look at the flag. That's what's telling me they'll probably go for it. That's a serious win.
Do you throw the football or do you give it to Cornish?
I think you do something of a rollout variety to buy a little time. Tells you what I know. That's Cornish, nowhere to go. Down he goes at the 35 for a loss of about 4.
Boy, is that good defense. Nick Marudas, is this 2 guys out there? Hey, listen, they're going to like him. This is a hometown boy, makes a great play. Now, the last time Montana State took over, Mitch, they play faked on the very first one and hit Gatewood deep. Good defense. They bend, they don't break. 7:28 left, 3-0. Montana State. Look at that wind.
All right, let's take a look at that Montana State offense presented by, again, we'll get this in a moment. Let's get this play in first. Travis Lulay will take 3 receivers to the right. 4 receivers in the pattern. Looking to throw. Plenty of time. Scampering left. Now he's going to run. Flag goes down. Lulay picks up the first down out to about the 45-yard line.
That's coming back. Now, there is a hold. And, boy, he had some good yardage, but Montana State is going to get nailed here. The guy that they got was Elliot Barnhart, the tight end.
Let's get the official ruling here. 3 striped shirts coming this way.
Holding on the offense, number 95. Go 10 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Make it first in the whole bunch. All right, the Montana State lineup presented by Oppenheimer Funds. Wide receiver Rick Gatewood. We've already seen him with a 39-yard reception in this football game. Pretty good skill people across the front there for Montana State. Offensive line, Lawrence Figueroa, he's a good one. So is Jeff Bolton in the middle.
There are 4 scouts here to see Bolton today.
So first and, let's call it 20. There's the handoff, straight up the gut. They'll get about 3 or 4 of it back on that first down carry off the right side. Let's check out our Oppenheimer defensive starters for Idaho State. The Bengals defense, well, they're just stout. That's all there is to it. David Tongale on that nose along with James Drake. They are tough to move.
That running play you just saw might be the longest run you see of the day, 3-4 yards. I'm telling you, these guys are tough to run against. Montana State throws.
Dustin Murray heading up the secondary for Idaho State. So second down at about 16. Let's call it maybe 17. Again, with the wind right now is Montana State. That's a big factor in this game so far. Down he goes. That's a big factor too. Number 43 just pounced Jeff Charleston all over Lulay.
Well, he's their best. You know, he transferred from another school, a D2 school, and they thought, well, as soon as we start playing, this guy ain't going to be the real deal. This guy is the real deal. Look at him come off the edge. Fakes outside, goes inside, and then has that explosion. You got to have the ability to get off a play action fake, and he does. It wasn't even play action this time. He gets off the block and does the job. Long yardage here. You know, one of the keys here, Mitch, is make sure you don't have a pass interference call. You get him in long yardage and
keep him there.
Yeah.
Third down and 24.
Trips left
for the Bobcats. Good protection. They got a chance. That one a little too tall for everybody as it falls harmlessly around midfield. So it'll be punt time for Montana State.
All right, now you've been waiting for it. Now watch what this guy does, because he is fun. He looks over at his coach, Mike Kramer. All right, right now, I thought they'd do this. I thought Lewis would do this. 2 safeties back. Mitch, he's going to roll to his right. And it'll be real interesting to see what he does.
So this is a rugby-style kick.
Well, look how they protect him. Nobody's on the left side. Well, they got a receiver over there to keep you honest. But you got 3 guys in the backfield to protect his right foot. Now watch him roll to the right. He is fun. Oh, they're going to go in motion.
To help out on that left side of the line. Lulay.
Oh, he hardly did it. He
running start. That's a line drive, and it got over the return man. That one may check up just shy of the end zone. It is a foot race. Wow, the Bobcats will down it at the 2. That is a 77-yard punt.
Well, he disappointed me. I was telling you how he's going to roll way to his right. That wasn't too shabby, was it?
70-plus yards on the kick. Montana State pinning down Idaho State. We'll take a quick timeout. 3-0 in favor of the Bobcats. Mitch Idaho Brown back in Bozeman, Montana. Homecoming for the Montana State Bobcats, taking on one of their arch enemies, the Bengals from Idaho State. Right now, 5:40 left in the first quarter. Montana State still with that 3-0 lead, and now they've got Idaho State backed up. The Bengals at their own 2 following that 79-yard punt. That'll work.
Well, that's what he does. You know, he just gets the roll. He knows what he's doing. They don't even let him practice the normal thing. All right, let's see if they can hang on the football down there going into the wind. Montana State will crowd the line of scrimmage.
Hagler with his feet on the goal line. He'll give to his running back, and he'll pick his way out of traffic, out across the 5 to about the 6-yard line. So not a bad carry on first down.
Well, once again, just trying to get themselves a little room, and running behind Clifton Buckway, who's 6'3", 285, a junior. Tackle made by Clayton Curley, who is one of the linebackers. Once again, Montana State beat up pretty good. Had some linebackers that we saw a year ago, Mitch, that could flat play. And they're not playing today. Clive Lowe and Mac Mollahan. They're good players.
Barnett with that carry a moment ago. Some pretty tough running. That'll bring up second down and about 7 from the 6-yard line. Back to throw. Hagler gets it away. Thrown in the flat. Picked off by Montana State. The Bobcats will take it back for a quick 6. The interception by Epikopo King.
The 6', 15-pound sophomore. When you throw, 2 things happen, and one of them was bad, and that was bad. They got that deflection, and I look over here at the Idaho State coaches next to us, and they're down. All right, let's pick it up. Watch this. Now they get their hands up. They're well coached. In this case, it doesn't matter because the defender did a great job on him. And Montana State with a quick 10-0 lead. They've got the win. They've taken advantage, and give all the credit to Lulay, who had that terrific punt.
Extra point is up. Extra point is true. And just like that, Montana State has itself a 10-0 lead. Little bit of offense, little bit of defense. You put them together, you got a field goal and a touchdown. 4:50 left in the first. Montana State on top. Ten minutes and 10 seconds into the football game. Let's check out the Toyota scoreboard, shall we? And there it is. Montana State with that 10-0 lead following the interception by Epikopo King from 15 yards out. So Montana State, as you can tell, rather enjoying its homecoming so far, but there is a long way to go in this one.
Well, Kaim Hunter was the guy who caused that with his defense. Idaho State's got to settle down and run the things that they run best. And you didn't see what they run best a moment ago. Throwing out of your own end zone. They're a running football team.
You know, interesting, last week too, they led 24-7 against number 5 Eastern Washington, and then hung on for dear life, winning 34-30. But in that game, Hagler threw for 167. Barnett, though, ran for 88. They had a good balance in that game.
They
and
did.
I think we've seen the start of that in this game. Just one too many mistakes at this point.
Well, and Lulay, I can't say enough for him. He got the field goal for him early when he hit that bomb to Gatewood that set it up, and he had the 78-yard punt that just backed Idaho State up to their own end zone. They're still going into the wind, and they'll do that for another 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Subway's scoring drive. That was a long one, huh? One play, 8 seconds. King with the 15-yard interception return. Legrone on the return. Had a couple of seams early in this game. Boy, he got rocked and stayed on his feet and got out to about the 23-yard line. Put the groan in Legrone there.
You play on those suicide squads, 2 things happen. You usually get beat up, and it's usually a hold.
1 out of 2 there.
All right, let's see if this ball club can get going. Larry Lewis is a good coach. They will make some adjustments. They've shown us the ability to run the football. Now you got to be consistent, because Montana State will let you march, and then they dig in pretty good.
So Idaho State staring at a 10-0 deficit. 4:44 left here in the first quarter. Hagler will set his team. And that's Manier shifting to the right side. Offset eye. There's the give. First back through, has some running room, trying to get to the outside, where he was one defender away from taking it the distance. Got out to the 31-yard line, and again, the carry by Josh Barnett.
Andre Fuller with the tackle. I think he's their best. I think overall he's their best. So they get great yardage. Just a simple little handoff off the right side, and they stretch block it and get it done.
Cornish checks out of the game for Idaho State. Wide receiver to the near side. Shedrick Okabar.
See those total yards, the story in the early game.
This is Barnett. He'll try the left side. Foot race to the outside, turns the corner, picks up good yardage. Actually picked up about 8 yards, where looked like he may get snuffed out before he got started, out to the 42-yard line. That is a first down for the Bengals.
Well, he's got some ability, and he's a little quicker. And once again, on the move, that stops the clock with 3:59 in the quarter. You say, why is it so important to give the time in the quarter? Because the field position is going to be huge once it changes. The wind is against the Bengals.
The running game pretty solid. They need to utilize it here. Just inside 4 minutes to play. That's Manier again. That's Barnett again. Play breaks down. He makes something out of nothing. Just shoots through a gap. Gets across midfield down to the 47. Another Idaho State first down.
They don't run a lot of plays, but they run counter tray very effectively. And counter tray is simply you pull a guard, you pull a tackle. Now watch, here they go. Pull a guard. Actually, they pulled 2 guards that time. Great block. Boy, we got to pick that up, because I'm telling you what, that was a terrific block. That's what let that play go. And give all the credit in the world to number 72. That's Evan Smith, the guy we talked about.
1st and 10. That play going nowhere. Whole bunch of Bobcat jerseys on top of that pile.
That's Montana State, and this time it's Grenfell, a strong safety, moves up and plugs the hole. Also gets a little help in there from number 75, Chris Bobbitt. That's a big one. 280, a sophomore from Yorba Linda, California. They recruit California pretty good. Both schools seem to.
There's Mr. Saucedo. Yeah, he looks a little difficult to move, doesn't he? No gain on the carry for Barnett. He'll try it again. Again, they'll sweep the right side. He'll cut it back. Pick up about 4.5, maybe 5 yards on that attempt.
So they're a little bit off schedule. You need to average. About 3.5. Now we got a late flag. Somebody either said something. They're clapping like it goes against Montana State. Let's see if this is unsportsmanlike.
This may go in the old extracurricular category.
Boy, you got to watch what you say. You can't take your helmet off.
You had him in.
You know what? Everybody's so strict.
Had him in a 3rd and short.
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 22. We'll go 15 yards. It will be an automatic first down.
I don't think you want to mess with this ref. This guy looks like he takes charge, Mitch. Don't say
Kayam
that.
Hunter getting ticketed for that one. So here we go. The ball moves all the way down to the 25-yard line, and 4 free ones now for Idaho State instead of 3rd and about 4. 1st and 10 as they approach the red zone.
Well, remember, they're going to get the win in less than 3 minutes. This would be a big bonus if you get in here. They've run the ball, haven't thrown it.
Hagler again. Give. Barnett cuts it up. Boy, he just waits for that hole to open, and he just shoots right through, and he picks up 8 yards on 1st down again.
Well, once again, you pull both guards, and they look for somebody to hit, and Hunter finally makes a tackle, but the yardage has been good. They've done a terrific job moving the ball. They have not thrown one pass. Well, this is a penalty, though. That's what kills you. Got an illegal formation, I believe, or shift.
5 yards to the previous spot. Repeat 1st down.
5-yard penalty, really about a 13-yard penalty. Instead of a gain of 8, they're walking backwards to about the 30. So Idaho State with just enough mistakes to keep them from really getting into a good rhythm, Irv.
There's Larry Lewis. 7th season, as you saw, got a nice extension. He's been working a long time coaching. Double to the left side.
Twin receivers to the right. Hagler to throw. He'll go short. Picking up a block, Andre Fuller. Now cuts it back, gets it down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a well-done play. That's a safe play. And number 72, Evan Smith, gets in front of him. Boy, this guy does a job.
Excuse me.
Dale
That was
Rogers with the tackle.
Shedrick Okabar, excuse me.
All right, now watch this. Now watch this, Mitch. Just shorten up throw. Watch 72. Hits his man, and there he is out leading. Boy, they had a lot of room. They had slot to the right. And Smith gets something done. You know, they're all here to take a look at the center for Montana State. They might take a look at this guard for Idaho State. I've counted 4 NFL scouts in the press box.
Lacey goes to the far side. To the near side is Eddie Thompson. There's the give to Barnett. Right up the chute, and he'll get it inside the 10. He'll pick up about 3 on 1st down.
Wants to cut back, as you can see. And that's a key with this offense. If you get him to stretch it a little bit, and then you cut back, you get something going. Short yardage that time. Let's pick it up now. Watch him look for the cutback early. Once again, they pull a guard, pull Evan Smith too. Evan Smith makes sure nobody shoots before he does it. Short yardage. All right, see what they come up with now.
2nd down and 8. That's Cornish. Eludes one tackler. Now tries to cut it up. Not quite the lateral speed that we've seen from Barnett, but nonetheless, he'll push forward for a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down and a half dozen.
Yeah, Menoudas did the job, but Andre Fuller's the guy who turned it in. The cornerback on that side does a great job. Now, what do you do here if you're the Bengals? What do? You haven't had much success throwing. Bruce Barnum is next to us. He's the offensive coordinator. Read his lips, man. Let's see what they're going to do. Let's make it sound like we know what we're doing.
Well, you've got a mobile quarterback, and the last time they were here, they did roll him out. They handed off, and I just think you multiply your options when you're this close. Give yourself a little bit of time. Straight drop, throwing back the other way. Catch made. Shedrick Okabar fighting his way down to about the 3-yard line. He is very close to a 1st down.
Well, Fuller had the play, and Okabar shakes loose. So now you got a big decision here. 4th down. Do you take what is all right, let's pick this up first. Now watch, Fuller has the play, Mitch. It's a very safe play. Unable to make the tackle. Do you kick the field goal? It's an extra point, basically. Or do you try and pick up the first? They can get a 1st down. It's 4th and about 1.5 yards. They're going to talk it over.
You know, interestingly, this team came into here basically leading the nation. I think they were 5 for 5 on 4th down conversion attempts. Today, they're 0 for 2 already.
Yeah.
Tough decision here, and they're going to take a timeout and talk it over. Actually, that is the end of the 1st quarter.
Well, you got a gimme field goal here with the win. What do you do, though? Go for it.
You're the gambler. You think about it. We'll go to break. We'll tell you when we come back. 15 minutes in the books. The Bobcats at home celebrating homecoming. They've got a 10-0 lead on Idaho State. Come on back for the 2nd quarter. Welcome back to Montana State University, Bobcat Stadium, Martell Field. The Bobcats at home, leading 10-0 after one quarter. Second quarter opens with a fourth and about a half a yard, and it looks like Idaho State will set up anyway for the field goal. As Herb mentioned going to break, this is nothing more than an extra point. It is up, and it is good with the wind. So Idaho State finally gets on the board. Well, of course, we're in Bozeman this afternoon. How about the Coors Light What's on Tap? I'll tell you what's coming up next week. Next Saturday, Illinois at Indiana, a little Big Ten affair here on Altitude at 10 a.m. And then at 1:30, they're going to let us do another game, you believe it? Yeah. Montana State at Weber State. That is a 1:30 kick, just like today's game.
Ron McBride returns to Weber. You know, he won a couple of championships at Utah, one in the WAC and the other in the Mountain West Conference. He's a good guy, good coach. Look forward to seeing his ball club. Of course, we'll know a little more about this guy's team, Montana State. They dodged a bullet that time. A half a yard, I thought they'd go for it.
Of course, this is the home opener for Montana State. I should say the Big Sky opener for Montana State.
They really Idaho State really ran the football to get the 3 points. They did a terrific job. They threw a couple times when they had to, but using the two tailbacks and the combination of Evan Smith really gets him in great field position. 72 is Evan Smith. You're going to hear me talk about him a lot today. You hear me talk about those two running backs because they mix them up. This one's a little quicker. The other one's got all the touchdowns. Look at the lead block. Well, I tell you, those guards, their offensive line coach done the job with these guys.
Here's a look at our Subway scoring drive. Actually, that was a pretty extended drive all the way around. Double-digit plays, 11 plays, took nearly 5 minutes off the clock. And again, I don't think it should be overlooked or into the wind to get that field goal. Of course, they kicked the field goal with the wind, but obviously all but one play of that drive was into the teeth of what I would estimate about a 20-25 mile-an-hour breeze. And now the home team, Montana State's going to have to deal with that in this quarter.
What was effective there, Bruce Barnum, when he had his quarterback Hagler throw after the pick for the touchdown, he threw two very safe hitch patterns. Take one step across the line, come back, catch the ball, let Evan Smith block somebody.
Again, due to the wind, especially at field level, need a holder for the kickoff. Deep man right now for Montana State. That is Tremaine Murray. Murray, not a bad kick returner at all. Leads this team with a average of 19.7 yards. And he's going to get a chance right here from his 10, 15, 20. Oh, big seam, look out, bust to the outside, cuts it back inside, and gets it out to the 38-yard line. That was an explosive move by Murray.
Callaway saved a touchdown. He looked like the last line of defense. Are you surprised that the kickoffs haven't gone deeper with the wind?
Well, with that one should be splitting the uprights with that kind of breeze behind it.
Yeah, maybe they ought to let Lulay do it. Here it is. Watch this. This thing opens up like a sieve, and only Callaway coming across to make the tackle saves him.
First quarter stats, you look at the total yardage, 144 to 54 in favor of Idaho State.
Doesn't mean a thing, does it?
Nope. It's like time of possession. Second quarter underway, Montana State with the football, and they'll stick to the ground game.
This can't run the ball, can he? It's got to be all the guy under center.
Dominic with the carry that time. Got about 2.5 on that first down carry out to the 40-yard line.
Dominic in the first quarter ran the ball twice for 7 yards. The other side of the coin, Barnett, 13 carries, 83 yards.
Yeah, if you're going to run the ball, I think that quarterback may be your running back for the most part. Then you may have to occasionally give it up as he's running. But Lulay can certainly do that. All-time leader in total yardage here at Montana State. Lulay out in the flat. He's got his man. That's Dominic. Cuts it back. Now he really cuts it back. Now he's got all kinds of real estate. 40, 35. Can't shake the last defender. Down he goes at the 32-yard line. Anthony Melvin, the last line of defense.
Well, he looked down the field. He being Lulay. Nothing open. He goes to his safety valve. Dominic got good blocking out in front. Here's the hard pass rush. Once again, nothing open. Lets him have it, and he does a great job running the football. Look at this ground level shot. Give those guys a raise. This is a great shot here. And then Melvin saves a touchdown. Remember, they are going into the wind. Ball now about the 33-yard line.
You don't have to throw it far to get it far on a pass play, obviously. Yards after catch critical there. So first down and 10, ball at the 33. Lulay looking to throw again. Throws it high, wide open, far side of the football field. Down to the 4-yard line goes Rick Gatewood. I'd say Mr. Lulay has no trouble throwing into the wind.
Yeah, Freeman makes the tackle, but Lulay showing that arm strength. This is just a drag. Go down about 10, 12 yards and drag across the field, and he was wide open. Look at this. Play fake to hold the linebackers, give you some room. There he comes across the field. That's a good catch, too. He extends, uses his hands. Good receiver. Got some ability here.
Guess the wind doesn't bother you when you throw lasers, huh?
His was.
First down and goal from the 4. Lulay sets his squad.
This is the best player in the Big Sky, in my opinion.
Deep back is Dominic. He'll get the handoff. Right side, pushes his way toward the end zone. Gets to the goal line. He'll get the call for the touchdown.
Hey, they did a great job. They don't run the ball much. When they do, they get something going. And in this case, they go behind Figueroa, the 285-pound senior, and Hurst, the 290-pound junior. All right, here it is off the right side. Watch those two guys give them just a little bit of a stalemate. Look at the hole there. That's a heck of a job inside. Give credit once again to Joe Hurst. He had the main block.
Jeff Hastings on for the extra point, looking to put his team up by 2. Touchdown. Field goal is up. Excuse me, extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So Montana State answers right back, and not even that, they trade 3 for 7. And they push that lead to 14.
Got 111 yards passing already.
13:09 left in the second quarter. The Bobcats so far so good at homecoming. They lead Idaho State 17-3. Second quarter continues in a moment on Altitude. From Bobcat Stadium in Bozeman, Montana, you're watching Big Sky Conference football action between the Idaho State Bengals and Montana State Bobcats on Altitude Sports and Entertainment with my partner, Herb Brown. I am Mitch Heider. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. There you see that wind blowing across the open plains here along the foothills, and Montana State in control early, 17-3.
I'll give you a stat and tell me who's winning.
All right.
Montana State has 6 yards rushing. Idaho State has 87 yards rushing. Just what have I always told you? Statistics don't mean a thing.
Scoreboard is what you've always told me.
Scoreboard.
You changing what you're telling me?
I'm telling you what I'm telling you.
Just checking.
This Lulay is the player of the quarter.
And Legrone may be the busiest. They're not going to kick to him. There's a high bouncer, and that's fielded by one of the upbacks at the 30, 32, out to the 35-yard line. Bryce Metcalf just ran into a brick wall.
Boy, did he get his ticket punched. I didn't get the number, but that train was going. All right, let's see if they can answer now. They've got the wind at their back. They had a nice drive before. Ended up with a field goal. They needed a touch. You want to know who made that hit, just for your information? That was Gaining. I saw. I'd let you know. There's a look at him.
Herb Brown and Mitch Heider. Bobcat Stadium in Bozeman, Montana. Spectacularly beautiful part of the country. So And now Idaho State's got to get it going, trailing 17-3. They'll go right back to the running game, and a pretty good trap play there for Ken Cornist. He'll pick up positive yardage out across or right near the 40-yard line.
Right on schedule with that. And you really can't abandon your running game. That's what you do best. They've had a pick that went the other way for a touchdown. They've run the ball effectively, and that's a good first down play. Pick up 5.
But again, with the win, let's see if Hagler's a little more adventurous throwing the football. Hagler
He's
seems a bit
stubborn. I
confused.
like that part of him.
A new call from the sideline. Play clock down to 7. Hagler now settles into the shotgun with 4. They get it off. Inside handoff. That's Cornist again, and Cornist pretty good yardage right to the first down marker at the 44-yard line.
That's become a big popular play, a big popular formation. Urban Meyer is a guy who really has done a job with that. Let's pick this up before Bobby Daly. He's a Montana kid. That's the best thing I can say about him. He likes to play, and he makes the tackle here.
Interesting, Herb, coming into this game, the Bobcats in Big Sky play were #1 in pass defense. Perhaps that's one of the reasons Idaho State not really eager to throw the football. They're #2 in scoring defense. You mentioned they bend a lot, but they don't break very often, and that's been the case so far today. #8 in rush defense in the Big Sky. There are 8 teams in the Big Sky. That makes them last.
Mitch, I'm telling you, if you take a look at the Oklahoma State game, you're asking yourself, how did this ball club stay on the field? They lose by 5. They could have won the game.
Phenomenal. And
it's up and down, up and down. They really do a good job of not letting you score. All right, to see what Hagler comes up with. They picked up the first down on that inside handoff.
Dane Simmons comes wide to the near side. He took a pretty good shot earlier in this game. Back in, and that is good to see. Cornist will be the lone setback. Again, Hagler continues to direct traffic out of the shotgun. Plenty of time. Handoff. Cornist is going to sweep the right side. Gets a couple of blocks. Gets to midfield, and down he goes. And there's a late hit. I was wondering if that was a push, or whether that was the lone wolf out there doing his own thing. And I think Epicopo King is going to get ticketed.
Yeah, I tell you.
The play, late hit, number 25 on the defense, 15 yards and an automatic first down.
It's actually Toff Grenfell, the strong safety.
Rich Rose is a referee. The umpires Dan Mahoney, Bob again, Pat Aloya, Tim Davis, Gary Peterson, Scott Marjon. As we pick this up, here it is. He gets blocked into that. That's not his fault. You got to see the whole play. That was a push by the Idaho State kid. Didn't pick up his number.
And that was King that got pushed into the running back, not Grenfell. So that'll move it all the way into Montana State territory at the 35-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for Idaho State, trailing by a couple of touchdowns. About 5.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Let's see. They changed the play. Let's see if everybody got it. Oh, they pulled the center. Look at this.
Wow, look at that. Another good carry, more positive yardage once again for Ken Cornist.
Mitch, you seldom see that. When I was a high school coach, I did it because he was my best blocker. But they pull the center, and they got something going. George Yarno, we talked about his daddy, who played for money, does a good job getting out there. So it's 2nd and 5 on schedule, and that's your key. If you're a running football team, you got to stay on schedule. You can't have a penalty. You're getting a new play from the sideline. It's always interesting to hear if everybody gets it.
I think they've done this every play of this drive. Maybe a change of approach here for the Bengals. Cornist again. Seam up the gut. Good strong running inside the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. Cornist 380 yards coming into this game. He had 8 touchdown runs, and the school record is 12.
Yeah, he's got a few games left. All right, watch the center pull here now, and it seems to be confusing Montana State a little. There's the snap. The guard pulls, and look at that hole vacated by the center's pull. Hey, maybe they're going to start a new thing here in football. I like this, Mitch. I like innovative stuff.
Cornist has gone every play in this series. Barnett, we have not seen this particular possession. Moving toward the 10-minute mark. First down again. Cornist again. Bounces off, stays on his feet as he shakes a couple of tacklers and gets down to about the 22.
Well, short yardage this time. Once again, run off the right side. Bobby Daly. This Daly has made a lot of tackles. Remember, he's filling in. He's just a pup. They've lost a couple kids, as we described. 2nd and off schedule now. Do you throw the football here? The throws that they've had have been short hitches.
Well, if it's not broken, I just stick with the running game right now.
Well, let's see what they want to do. Is it the inside handoff? See how they handle the audible.
Hagler again out of the shotgun. There's the give again. Cornish will try it between the guards, and he got a couple down to about the 21-yard line.
Well, now you're in a throwing situation. They pulled Yarno once again, and pretty good fill. 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. You are in 2-down territory if you choose to. Remember, they had 4th and a half a yard, and they kicked the field goal.
Brandon Manier, 6'6", 260, a tight end, checks into the game. Little fella's checking out. Cornish finally going to get a breather, along with Marcel Legrone. 2 receivers going wide to the far side. Bruce Manette is into the game. Hagler back to throw. 3rd down and a half a dozen. Plenty of time. Here comes the pressure. There goes the football. Hit the tight end right in the hands, and unable to hang on was Brandon Manier.
Look at the staff next door here. Now they got to kick a field goal. They couldn't believe it. The ball was thrown perfectly. Hagler waited, got excellent protection from that offensive line. Hit him right in the hands. I don't see the field goal kicker.
Wow. Again.
Here he comes.
Wow.
With the wind, you got to do it. Boy, I tell you, that ball was right there. Nice pass. All right, trying to cut this down to an 11-point lead.
Jared Johnson on to do the honors, and he has been awfully good this year. He is 7 of 8 coming in, now 8 of 9 after the earlier field goal, and make him 9 out of 10 on the year. A 35-yard field goal with 8:45 to play here in the second quarter. And again, Irv, not to take anything away from Montana State, but really all of the Bengals' problems offensively pretty much self-inflicted.
They shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to be very disappointed if this holds up at halftime. They have totally dominated on the ground. The other team has 6 yards. It's a one-man gang going against them, and they have blown 2 opportunities. Will they look back at the 4th and a half a yard? Kind of think they will, Mitch.
Again, both these teams ranked in Division I AA. Montana State, after a big win a week ago, now number 12 in the latest Sportsnet poll. Idaho State number 24 in that Sportsnet poll, number 23 in the ESPN USA Today poll as well. Well, in case you just tuned in, it has been a very interesting first 22 minutes of play. Let's take a look at Montana State, and right out of the chute, they managed to work themselves down the field. And
yeah, this was going against the wind, and they did come back and score a rushing touchdown. Once again, Lule is the man. He's the best in the Big Sky, and this is a great move by Gatewood. It's been all Montana State in the air, and here's the touchdown. They don't get very many rushing touchdowns, and it's homecoming, and they're pretty happy.
So Montana State really doing what it wanted to do in this game: get an early lead, feed off the crowd, get some momentum going, and maybe put a few doubts in the collective minds of Idaho State. So the Bengals with 2 field goals to show for what has been a pretty good-looking offense.
Well, they're over, or I should say they're close to 100 yards rushing the football.
Take a look at that Idaho State scoring drive presented by Subway. The Subway scoring drive, 9 plays, 4:24 to do it. And again, Johnson with that 38-yard field goal. And again, Irv, we have 2 pretty good kickers in this game, something to think about as we move toward the second half.
Good point, Mitch. Let's see if he gets in the end zone with that wind.
Ryan Slack will kick it away.
That's better.
I'd say that one's going to get very close, and that one sails almost to the back end line and bounces out of play. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for Montana State with 8:45 to go here in the second quarter.
If you're a numbers person, Idaho State has rushed the ball 25 times, 118 yards. Montana State, 6 carries, 6 yards. And there's your total yards. Montana State has done it all through the air. And Lule has just been terrific.
And Idaho State's done it all between the 20s. So Montana State, after that quick strike on their last possession, they'll get it back with an 11-point lead and 8:45 to work with here in the second quarter. Lule, bootleg, throw. Oh, he overthrows it. Big mistake. Idaho State with the interception. The return is on all the way down to the 8-yard line goes DJ Clark.
Well, this is a freshman DB from Oceanside, and this could change this whole game around. Once again, boot action, overthrows the receiver, and Clark gives his ball club exceptional field position. Here it is. Watch the boot. Here's your boot. Gets it out there and just overthrows it. And it was a very simple cover, too. Let's see what they can get rolling here now. They've run the football. And you would think 4-down territory here now. Give a steady diet to those two tailbacks.
I was going to actually try an impression to show you how smart I am, but I
You
just
are
heard
smart.
the coaching staff from Idaho State right next to us and heard one of them say, continue to run the ball inside. Let's see if that's the case. So they sweep the outside. That's Cornist, and he'll bull his way down inside the 5 to about the 4. That's an 8-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, that looked good, didn't it? Finally able to get him down. Aaron Papich, a defensive end. But you got to be impressed with the offensive lineman of Idaho State.
You know, if you talk about that running game, last year this is an Idaho State team that failed to score 3 rushing touchdowns in any game. They've scored 4 in 2 different games this year already. Cornist again.
Yeah.
Good block. Seal block into the end zone goes Cornist, and now we've got ourselves a very interesting football game.
Are they going to go for 2? That's what the staff is hollering next to us. But that was well done. All right, here it is. Pick it up off the left side. Smith blocks down. They pull, get everybody running one way, and you cut back. 2 running backs have done a good job with their cutbacks. We've seen Barnett and Cornist. They just give us a steady diet of those. All right, going for 2.
Just to make it a 3-point game, obviously with a 5-point deficit. Well, that was a very, very quick drive by Idaho State. That running game really asserting itself.
Yeah.
This time Barnett and Cornist in the backfield. Offset eye. Cornist up front.
Don't throw.
Yes, he is. There's the throw. There's the out route. There's the catch. And the 2-point conversion is good as Shedrack Okabar. They call him Shaq, and he gets 2 there.
Well, we got a new ball game thanks to Clark's interception. Let's pick up the touchdown off the left side. Start out wide and cut back, and that's exactly what he does.
7:57 to go in the second quarter. 17-14 Bobcats.
You know, the only way
here we
I'd
go.
be better is if I was twins. I'm so happy being with Mitch. You getting any work out of Lou? No, it's going real good.
We're fine.
It's all a passing game on one side and the offensive line play on the other. Very good. You're
Yep.
going to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Bladder break.
Is there a message here?
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I don't care.
I haven't heard an Indian score. I guess that's bad news, huh? There's a pretty good look at Martell Field on the campus of Montana State University. Bobcat Stadium. Just about 7 minutes gone here in the second quarter, and we've got ourselves a game. 17-14 Montana State, and well, they had complete control of this game, an 11-point lead and the football, and one bad throw. That's one possession and a 7-point swing. Here's that Subway scoring drive. 3 plays, 40 seconds. Cornist with that 3-yard burst. I don't think this one's going to be returnable either, and unfortunately all Tremaine Murray can do is watch it sail out of the end zone.
2 picks have been huge in this game.
Oh golly, sports radio's biggest odd couple, Herb Brown and Joe Williams, are on altitude. Catch them Monday at 4 p.m. Irv, Broncos chances against Jacksonville tomorrow?
Are you kidding?
Minimal.
It's a good. They got a stationary target, Leftwich. Defense playing great under Coyer.
Somebody go out on the limb and say you'll talk about that Monday on your big TV/radio gig.
You got it.
So Montana State following its turnover in the last possession and go back to the ground game, and pretty good yardage there on first down by Justin Dominic.
Ran the draw that time. That opened up. That's their best running play by far. They had 6 carries, 6 yards, and that gets them good yardage before Ross makes a tackle. He's a big one. 230 pounds, a junior from Tucson. Here it is. Here's the draw. And that's what you got to do, in my opinion, if you're Montana State, to slow down this rush. You're not a very good rushing team. You want to slow down the pass rush with a play like that. Well done.
Yeah, I guess you do want to force Lulay to beat you. And what can happen is on that last possession, one errant throw puts you right back into the game. Lulay going to audible at the line of scrimmage. Second down at about, well, let's call it a long 3. Lulay, good protection. Fires. Catch made right near the 30. Forward progress across the 30. That will be a first down for the Bobcats, and they'll move the chains.
Clark with the tackle, the guy who had the big pick that really turned this game around for his ball club. They looked like they were dead in the water going into the wind. 7:07 left in the half.
Moving toward that 7-minute mark as Lulay awaits the call from the sideline. Reminder, Pro Football Weekly's NFL matchups coming up Friday at 8:30. There's the give. That's Dominic again, trying the left side, and boy, he shook off a couple of defenders trying to rip the ball out of there, and Dominic holds on and pushes the stack forward for a couple of more.
He gave him a good effort that time. Won a lot doing. Picks up about 3, but did give him some effort. We'll have Montana State and Weber next week right here on Altitude.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line, just shy, so second down and about a half a dozen here for the Bobcats. Bobcats really need a sustained drive here just to get some of that momentum away from Idaho State.
Good point, Mitch. 3-man rush this time.
Odd man front.
5 DBs.
Fake the reverse, flag down. I don't know if we had delay of game or not. We'll let the guys in the white shirts figure it out with the black stripes.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 95 on the offense. 5 yards to the previous spot. The down remains.
Herb, do you like that?
2.
Do you like the fact that they identify the person committing the infraction in
You
college?
know, I was going to ask you that. I'm torn, Mitch. I love it in the pros because they're paid. These guys aren't. I don't think so.
Well, they get to do cartwheels in the end zone and, you know, spread the arms and run around and celebrate. So I guess, you know, with the good comes the bad.
I guess so. But,
I want to know who's responsible.
Yeah, I do too. I just.
And we wouldn't pile
Mitch,
on.
Quit asking me those questions, Mitch.
Second
Hear
down
the
at
truck
12.
saying we're wishy-washy.
Well, tell us something we don't know. Second down at 12.
Well done.
Nice catch. That's Murray again.
Boy, that's a bullet.
Tremaine Murray
short.
hanging on.
Clark with the tackle. He's been all over the field. All right, here it is. It's a bullet. Looks in the middle. Now he comes back to a secondary receiver. Guy can't throw a little bit. I know he had a bad one, but you throw it that many times, once in a while you're going to have a pick or two.
You know, he has not even blinked going into the wind. Now, I know he had a bad throw in the last possession. Just threw it high, but, I mean, he just cuts through the wind with that arm.
Yeah. Been sacked just the one time.
Big play here. Third down and 3 for Montana State. We hit the 5-minute mark remaining in the second quarter.
Those backers were coming. Now they're backing off.
Nice adjustment on the snap. Plenty of time. Now he's got a little room to run. Foot race for the sticks. He gets those and a whole bunch more inside or outside the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
They lost contain on the right side, and Lulay really burns them.
You know who he reminds me of a little bit?
Who's that?
BVP.
Yeah, he does, Brad Van Pelt. Here he is. Now they lose contain, and he'll take advantage. Now he can move a little bit, too. He's going to play somewhere for money. I don't say he's going to play in the NFL. I don't know about that, but there's a lot of leagues where you can play, and this guy can play.
Got the kind of game that's really maybe suited for the CFL.
Yeah.
I don't know if the European League will exist when he gets there, but
I don't know.
first down at 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. Fake.
Oh, look out.
Throwback. Screen set up, but all fighting off the block. Excellent job there. Peter Jensen trying to make the block and unable to do so. Great defensive play there.
Yeah, they really got something going. Was not fooled at all. Minair, the DB, the sophomore, makes the play he could have picked that off. 4:25 left as Lule looks over to get a play.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Second down and about 10. We move toward the 4-minute mark, and again, Lule barking instructions along that offensive line. This
Two
time
deep,
under
5
center.
under, and they're coming.
Picked up, thrown in the flat, catch made. Nice catch, and again, extra yardage by Gatewood after the reception, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and short for the Bobcats.
Did a good job picking up that blitz because it was coming hard off the corner. Gatewood turned around right at the right time. He was the hot read.
Now here's an interesting caller because again, Montana State not with the greatest of running games. Lule gives you so many options.
Yeah.
Guess it could be a run pass option here.
Well, it's trips left. 3rd and 1. They go trips left. Are they going to run off the right side with a single running back? Just need a yard.
We're about to find out.
There it is, right side.
Easily, Dominic has that and a whole lot more.
There's a
Flag
hold.
comes in as Dominic gets to the 39-yard line.
Head linesman throws the flag, so that's going to be the tackle or the tight end.
Oh, they're going to say Montana State pointing the other way.
Personal foul. Face mask on the
Face
defense.
mask.
15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Missed that one. I thought it was a hold. All right, they like that here.
Well, they get 4 on the carry and 15 on the penalty. And that Montana State drive, again, trying to answer after that Idaho State touchdown, takes them all the way down to the 24-yard line of the Bengals.
Yeah. Mention what Weber's doing next week. We've got the game. Idaho State hosts Montana.
Another good one. 3:15 to go here in the quarter. Again, Montana State doing a pretty good job occupying the clock as well. Dominic just following his blockers. Really not much contact till he got about 5 yards downfield, and he'll get it down to about the 17.5.
Boy, that looked good. Running behind Birkeland and Bolton. Remember, Bolton, 64, is the guy that they're here to see. Oh, they got a great surge, Mitch.
Yep.
Look at that effort. Hey, that really was special. Figueroa just blows them out.
Chaz Gwynn checks in at a wideout spot. He is all the way to the near side at the bottom of your screen. Trips to the left.
Great drive
right
against
now.
the wind.
Murray over here as well, along with Gatewood. Lone setback again is Dominic. Back to throw Lule. Pretty good protection. Fires for the corner. Got a man. Catch made. Caught. Touchdown, Rick Gatewood.
Boy, was that well done.
Boy, when you answer back every score with a score, that gets pretty demoralizing pretty quickly.
Against the wind. Boy, was that well done. Can't tell you how good that looked. Travis Lule has made one mistake. Here it is. And he looks left all the way. Gets a great corner move. Coverage wasn't that bad. Gatewood is able to shake loose, and Montana State on homecoming. Big drive.
Again, the extra point is up and good again by Jeff Hastings. Check it one more time, and my guess is the result's going to be the same here.
I think so. Gatewood shakes loose. Lule keeps that running back in, then releases it. Oh, yeah. In and out, that old Z pattern. Looked like they might want to pick. They didn't have to as Gatewood wins that battle. They're up 24-14. 2:27 left. Plenty of time with the win.
Now, that's a lot more points already than I really anticipated Montana State being able to muster in this game.
Yeah.
And that's only 30 minutes of play, actually about 27 and a half.
You think these people will celebrate tonight if they win? They look happy.
Well, we'll find out. We're hanging around. Exactly right. Most of us are hanging around tonight. You know, most of us team players are going to hang out here in the great city of Bozeman, and some people aren't.
I'm not.
Well, I don't think we can keep up with you anyway. So,
I'm a team man. I'm saving the company a night's room.
excellent spin on your part, big guy. Subway scoring drive, 10 plays, 5.5 minutes. Gatewood, that 18-yard TD catch. And again, you know, Montana State will take points any way they can get them, but when they're getting them, Irv, is really impressive. Right after Idaho State throws a punch at them.
That was a terrific drive, and they actually ran the ball a little bit. They had a draw that looked good. They had a straight push off the 2-hole.
Let's see how far this kickoff goes into that 20-mile-an-hour wind. Tyler.
Well, he kicked it flat last time.
Tyler Bolton will do the honors. And they may not try and kick it the distance. Once again, Marcel Legrone is the deep back. And we're ready to go. Scribbing it right down the middle. A couple of jerseys converted. That's a free football. Look out, Legrone all the way back up from the 5-yard line to recover that football for Idaho State, and he'll fall on it at the 25-yard line. Near disaster.
Jason Gaming really put some pressure on there. All right, let's see what they've got here now. 2:25 left. Here's the flat kick. It almost hit somebody up front, and then yeah, you're looking at serious problems here. There's Gaming.
Seen a number of interesting kicks. We've seen a high pooch kick. We've seen a couple of squib kicks in this football game.
Yeah.
Which tells you how strong that wind is. And once again, Matt Hagler back onto the field. His team now trailing by 10.
Let's get an interesting story. He's 25. He hasn't played a football game since 1999.
They'll try the left side. They'll pick up about 4 yards as Hagler tries a little misdirection.
With 2:17 left, a reminder that you can get a lot of plays in. If you get first downs, it stops the clock. They're going from the line of scrimmage. They call 2 plays in the huddle.
Barnett on that last carry. Barnett on this carry. They'll try the right side this time, and boy, pretty good job. He submarines that defensive front and gets across the 35, which is enough for a first down, stopping the clock with $1:58 to go.
And they'll be ready to go as they get up to the line of scrimmage. Hagler getting a play. The tackle that time by Corey Austin, the cornerback from Sacramento. Saw him last year, kind of liked him. All right, let's see what Hagler's got up his sleeves. 152.
And again, with the wind, so no issue there. Barnett circles out of the backfield, wide open underneath. Hagler looking, fires deep. Legrone goes way upstairs, can't hang on as he got rocked from behind by Toff Grenfell.
Yeah, Grenfell come up and give him a serious lick. Bismarck, North Dakota. I bet you need a coat up there.
A little chilly.
Let's pick this up. He throws it into 3-man coverage, and yet the ball is there. And he gets hit pretty good. That brings up second down.
Didn't have a chance to pull that one into the body before the cavalry arrived. The ball at the 36-yard line. Clock stops on the incompletion, obviously. Second down and 10 here for Mr. Hagler. Uh-oh, bad snap. Barnett ran right by it, so did Hagler. Now Hagler's got to scramble. Gets a great block. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage as a flag comes in, and that hustle's going to be rewarded probably with a defensive penalty.
If he throws the ball, there was somebody downfield. I believe it was a face mask.
What else would it be? It was simply a one-on-one play over there. That's why they're here.
Personal foul. Defense number 20. Gonna go 15 yards to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
15 yards. Here it is. And the ball is right there. Yarno had a good snap. Hagler doesn't panic, picks it up. Remember, if you throw it, somebody's going to be down. Oh, there's a good block. Well, it had to be face mask. Let's see if he grabs it.
See the head bob?
Yeah, you know what? You're gonna laugh when I play. You didn't have those.
I always laugh at you.
That was, you know what? And you never had a spinal injury. That's the dumbest thing we do is have that.
Yep. There's Barnett back in the game, spinning his way through traffic, gets it across midfield, down to the 47-yard line of Montana State.
1:17, excuse me.
Clock continues to run, and now Bengals going to burn a timeout here.
You know, really, Mitch, do you remember anybody having serious spinal injuries? Coaches like noise. Hey, I coached forever, coached football for 25 years. And you like noise, so the more noise you have, the better off you are. And that's why you go to those hard shells, which is nothing more than a weapon. When you wore leather helmets, did they hit as hard? No. Is that the whole idea, to hit as hard? The whole idea is to get them down but avoid injuries. We have way too many injuries.
Well, you know,
sound like I'm venting?
No, but it's exactly right. If you want to get on the soapbox, you make a great point. You know, don't call an illegal hit and then put it on the NFL highlight reel the next week and show it into promos previewing your next game.
Face mask, boy, when you grab that, you're really taking a chance on spinal injuries. So the timeout comes with 1:06 left. Should have a couple left. They need to get something here, in my opinion. I thought that long drive that Lulay led them on was a killer.
Coming up the half, we'll hear from Montana State head coach Mike Kramer. Just prior to the start of the second half, we'll hear from Larry Lewis from Idaho State. Get their thoughts on the first half. I'm not sure this game's gone the way we anticipated. Rather interesting.
No, I didn't think there'd be this many points. I really didn't. The win, it's going to be interesting in the second half. Idaho, I believe Montana State will defer, so they'll receive. Does Idaho State take the win in the third or in the fourth quarter? Need to get something right here. Second down. Let's see how they throw the ball.
Idaho State discussing something. Play clock hasn't started. First with the timeout.
6 DBs in there.
Ready to go. Back to throw. Hagler slant route. That ball batted down. Not sure who that was intended for, but didn't get to either one of them.
Well, that'd be tough to fit in the way they're playing. That was Marutis. We've called his name a lot. He was the guy, but that would have been really tough to fit in. Let's pick it up. Now they really dropped back. Remember, they had 6 DBs in and nothing doing.
Only good thing about that play is it stopped the clock for Idaho State. 3rd down and 6.
All right, 4 wides. Let's see if they have a little in and out action on this right side.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. Here comes the rush.
Wide
Great
open.
throw, delivering the reception made inside the 30-yard line to Eddie Thompson. Boy, Hagler paying the price, slow to get up.
Yeah, now they'll stop the clock to move the change, but Thompson is exciting, really exciting. That looked good. And there was a breakdown in the Montana State coverage. He really takes a lick here, looks over to get his play. Let's pick up the whole thing. He just waits. He's going to pay for it. Boom!
Oh, helmet
boy.
to helmet.
Yeah.
Inside handoff. That's Barnett. Barnett jitterbugs his way inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. He's got another first down. That'll stop the clock temporarily with 39 seconds to go.
Still got, by my count, 2 timeouts, Mitch.
Yep.
So let's see if they come up with continue to run the ball. All right, need to get something here, though.
So Hagler very, very efficient in the 2-minute drill so far. Now let's see if he can make it pay off. There's the give. Barnett tries the right side, and Barnett kind of picks his way down to around the 10, maybe the 11.
Use their second timeout. You got to save one to kick a field goal if it works out that way. 29 seconds left.
So we'll see how Idaho State wants to approach this final 29 seconds.
Don't leave us at halftime. We'll have Mike Kramer. We'll have Larry Lewis get their thoughts.
And Irv Brown.
You don't want mine.
We call that the big 3.
They're singing YMCA, and I know you do that, but you can't spell it, can you?
No, that's a little
That's what I
difficult to
thought.
me. Yes.
Okay.
So I got into broadcasting. I'm not real smart. So 29 seconds on the clock, and
Well, you got to make sure you get something here, Mitch.
38 points in the first half, and we're not done yet.
Now you got to make sure that at least you get something. You cut it down to 7. It's a 10-point advantage. You'd love to get in, but this is still anybody's football game.
And if you're Idaho State, with all the mistakes they made early in this game, they've certainly gotten much better as the games develop. But to only be down by 1 score, if that would be the case, either 7 or 4, they got to feel pretty good about themselves. 7 or 3, excuse me. So Hagler's had his conversation with the coaching staff on the field. Coaching staff just to the booth, just in the booth to our right. They've gotten very quiet over the last few minutes, haven't they? I think they understand how important this possession is as well.
Surprised they haven't headed down yet. Oh, boys, this spread. Look at this.
Wow.
Empty.
5 wides.
All right, this is empty. They haven't shown yet this year. What you do with empty is you bring more than they can block you with. You bring 3 on one side. They're not going to do that. They're going to fall back. Rush 3.
Yep, they'll drop 8 over the middle. Catch.
Oh, man.
My goodness.
The guy next to us had a heart attack.
Wow. Shedrick Okabar unable to hang on.
One guy next to us had a heart attack. The other guy has ulcers coming through his black shirt. Look at this. This ball is right on the money against 8 deep. You can't throw it any better.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
this is a guy who's been good.
They call him Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq with the turnover.
Guys next to us calling something different.
Well, this is 3rd down. Clock may not become a factor. 3rd down and 6. They don't convert here. They may have to settle for the field goal.
Where was that open?
Hagler, straight drop. Similar play. Different result as they hang on this time. Eddie Thompson with the reception. We've got ourselves a 4-point game with the extra point pending.
That is a terrific throw. And once again, 20 seconds left. We're looking at a 3-point game. Here it is. This guy threw 2 strikes. This one is a little more difficult. And Thompson, who made the big catch when they're in trouble, 3rd and long. All right, this is important. This will cut it to 3.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. And boy, this game is getting more entertaining by the second. 24-21, Montana State on top of Idaho State. Comes with 20 seconds to go in the half.
They'll penalize on the
Running into
kickoff.
the kicker on the defense. That's going to be declined. The end result of the play. Conversion is good.
Shouldn't they apply that on the end of the kickoff?
That's what I thought. Let's go back to this. Assistant coaches over here really liked it. Here's the bullet right there. Thompson with a great layup. By the way, Marvin Lewis was an assistant here one time, doing a pretty good job with another Bengal team in Cincinnati. Randy McCall, who's the athletic director in Denver. We do a lot of stuff in Denver at Cherry Creek. And he also refereed the national championship. Jared Allen played here. Merrill Hodge played for Idaho State.
Speaking of Mr. Allen, he's done okay for himself after leaving Idaho State. Of course, the Buck Buchanan Award winner.
Yep.
Now he spends a little time with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, we saw him Monday night. He looked good.
He might have been the only one.
Well, so what a second half we should have. And I want to see what they do defending which goal. Now that's going to be crucial because the wind, when I walked in here, there wasn't any wind.
Yeah. Well, if I'm Montana State, don't you want the wind in the 4th quarter at home?
It's not their choice. I think they deferred.
Well, I didn't say they could get it. I'm just saying that if you know.
Oh, you want to receive and get your choice, huh? That's you.
Well, if they deferred, maybe they should just kick off again. So Idaho State's kick team headed out onto the field.
Well, you got to kick it out.
Well, there's a good look at that wind, and that's a big flag that's standing straight out here in Bozeman.
Yeah.
Foothills in the background, and it's a beautiful campus. It really
And
is.
they're really. Yeah, just take a look at the scoring drive. But Mitch, I refereed up here a lot. These are good people. They're tough people. They support this school. This community is really good.
Yep. Subway scoring drive, 11 plays, 207. That 10-yard pass to Thompson.
What's interesting while we're waiting for him to kick off, they're deciding whether or not they want to. I believe it's North Dakota State, which would make it a 12-team league. You know, UNC from our area is in, and the biggest problem. Oh, this is returnable.
Certainly is. They're going to give him a shot. That's Murray. Retreats to his 1. 5, 10, a whole bunch of shirts. He got popped, and he goes down at the 11 with 16 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter.
Well, just to continue and finish that thought, one of the things they're worried about, Montana is the big draw. Montana puts dollars in your pocket on the road, and they want to make sure that everybody gets to play Montana. And if you have a split schedule, like they do say in the Big 12, becomes a problem. So we'll see what they want to do.
Unless you add an associate member with basketball only. And I can think of one school that would fit perfectly. But
do you have anything to do with that school?
I do a little bit, but
I'm
just, that's purely personal opinion.
I see.
I think that geographically
speaking. Is it
speaking,
on a hilltop?
It's about 60 miles from Greeley.
Okay.
Exactly. Make a good travel partner.
Here's the very famous touchdown. That's an
a
exciting
knee.
play. Herman Edwards made him go to that play.
That's the only dull play of the half we've seen.
Yeah.
So 30 minutes of football in the books. As the clock winds down, the Bobcats had a big lead early, and credit Idaho State. They've come roaring back. It's a 3-point game. 24-21, Montana State at the break. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach, Mike Kramer. He's next as halftime activities get underway here in Bozeman. Say go, Jeff. Coach, interesting first half. A lot of points, maybe more points than you expected?
No, it's two good football teams. They're doing a nice job of knocking us off the football and making us miss. So we've got to play better on defense. We've not forced a punt yet this half.
You know, I didn't think weather was going to be a factor in this football game, but obviously looking at the collar on your shirt, the wind is really whipping down there. How big a factor is it with your offense?
None for our offense and none for our defense. We've got to tackle better and be better at the point of attack.
I was going to ask you, what do you want to change heading into the second half?
I want to tackle and get our punt return team on the field one time. Those guys are getting cold.
Coach, go tell them to tackle. Thanks for the time.
Man.
All right, that's head coach Mike Kramer. Okay, so we're coming out of the break. Yep. Okay, so don't throw the interview. Yep. I'll just say Montana State leads at 24-21 if you want to take it there. Okay. Welcome back to College Football on Altitude. There you see our score here in Bozeman, Montana. Montana State leading at the half, but just barely, 24-21. Expected?
Oh, it's two good football teams. They're doing a nice job of knocking us off the football and making us miss. So we've got to play better on defense. We've not forced a punt yet this half.
You know, I didn't think weather was going to be a factor in this football game, but obviously looking at the collar on your shirt, the wind is really whipping down there. How big a factor is it with your offense?
None for our offense and none for our defense. We've got to tackle better and be better at the point of attack.
I was going to ask you, what do you want to change heading into the second half?
I want to tackle and get our punt return team on the field one time. Those guys are getting cold.
Coach, go tell them to tackle. Thanks for the time.
Man.
All right, that's head coach Mike Kramer. Of course, that's head coach Mike Kramer. Of course, we mentioned at the top of the show that both of these teams are ranked in this week's 1AA poll. And let's take a look at the ESPN USA Today Top 25 poll. New Hampshire, a glossy 3-0 record, king of the hill right now. You look down that list, you see another Big Sky team. Montana is at number 4, although they picked up a loss earlier this year. They are 2-1, but still in that top 5. Then you see Montana State. Team we're watching here today, of course, 2-2, but bursting into the top 25 with a bullet thanks to that win last weekend. Eastern Washington, really some thought to be the pick of the litter in the Big Sky, is now 1-2 overall, and they were at one point ranked number 5 in the country. And you see Idaho State checking in at number 23. Of course, that's the team that Montana State is facing here this afternoon in Bozeman. They are 3-1. So I think it's fair to say, with that many Big Sky teams involved in the top 25, it's certainly fair to say that the Big Sky, certainly one of the top programs in 1AA football. And of course, the scenery not bad up here in Bozeman either. You know, Montana State's been really hot, and especially offensively, more so than we anticipated. They have thrown it, they have run it, they have found their way to a 3-point lead at the half.
Just like we did it before, right? Yeah. Where are they positioned at? Right here, shoulder to shoulder.
Oh, you don't just, I'll just hold this. Plug me in. That's good. That'll work.
What's this table look like? They're gonna be weight on it.
Yep.
What are we doing?
All right. With the third down.
The throw, looking down the field, going to go
This
for
is
the
that post pattern.
throw. Great
good,
catch.
Mitch?
All the way 4 yards more than an extra
one?
point. It is up. Number one.
Gatewood. All right, and then the field goal. There's the kick.
Starting with Montana, correct? And welcome back, Bozeman, Montana. The Montana State Bobcats on top, 24-21 at the intermission. A very, very entertaining first half of play here in Bozeman. There you see that Montana State marching band entertaining a capacity crowd here at homecoming as Montana State looking to, I guess, stay on top. Not really an upset, but at least assert itself in the Big Sky Conference. And we saw in a first half that was really a little bit different, I think, than what we anticipated. We expected the defenses to dominate in this game. If two defenses would dominate, that would be okay. We really expected at least one in Idaho State to assert itself. Credit Montana State. They've done a really good job, not only putting points on the board, but utilizing the clock as well.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a good ball, a good half, I should say, and I would never have guessed that many points would have been scored. It was a battle of Lulay going against the whole team. But you know what? Lulay got a little help as the game went on. Let's take a look at some of the things that happened as you look at Mike Kramer. The very first play action, beware of the dog, and that means watch out the middle of the field. And this sets up the field goal. Gatewood's catch. And here's the thing that really changed momentum early. A 78-yard punt, and he does this all the time. Lulay, he plays soccer. The interception was huge right here. Here it is, up in the air, and there's King, and he runs it in, and that gave them the 10-0 lead. There's Lulay coming back, doing what he does best, and he throws the touchdown pass in the corner to Gatewood. And it looked like then that they had things under control, and then all of a sudden, with about 2:25 left, Mitch, Idaho State put together a terrific drive, and I thought Eddie Thompson and Hagler were on the same page. I thought they blew it when they missed the easy touch on the one pass play, and they came right back and got it.
Let's talk about Idaho State's offense a little bit. Again, we came in knowing they could really run the football. They could stop the run. Really felt they had the more potent offense coming into the football game. And as you said, it's not when you look at the total yardage. There's no problem there for Idaho State. The problem is when you look at the red zone, which has not been a problem up until this game.
Yeah, it's a problem. Let's take a look at some defense. You love defense, don't you?
I love defense.
You want to see a little defense? All right, let's take a look at little defense. Idaho State. Remember, they put on as good a pass rush as anybody. There's a sack. And then here's the big run for Idaho State. They've got the two running backs that really give you a little change of pace. And there's Hagler with that little hitch, with the little short pass set up this field goal. Remember, they settled for a field goal, 4th and 1, something we probably want to ask Larry Lewis about. And here's the cutback. They were pulling the center a lot, doing a good job. It sets up another field goal. And I'm sure they were a little frustrated at that time. Here was a terrific drive. It is an errant pass. And Clark changed this football game right there with the pick. They come right back. They stretch it, and they cut back. They get back in the ball game. Here's the two-pointer. They had to have it. And Hagler right on the money with the toss. Still have some action for you. This is Eddie Thompson. I don't know how he got that open, but that was a terrific play. And the same guy comes back. Thompson stretches out and does a terrific job, and they needed that, and boy, he came through.
Let's talk about Hagler a little bit. As we saw there in the highlights, he really took some shots in the first half. I think to his credit, he really stood in there, maybe kind of turned things around in this football game with just his toughness.
Well, it sounds like we're Lulay's a PR guy, and that's simply not true, because the other guy, I like him. He's stubborn. He does what he wants to do, and he came back and did a great job. After the interception, I thought he might be in trouble. How about some stats?
First half stats presented by GMC Trucks. And interestingly, these are a little bit distorted. Look at the total yardage. Montana State actually trailed in that category most of the half.
Yeah, they did. First downs are absolutely even. Superior passing game against a superior running game. And we've got now it's kind of even, because at one time, Montana State had absolutely nothing going rushing. It looked like they're getting killed, and they're winning 17-3. Now we got ourselves what it should be, if you believe in stats, which I never have.
Oh, stats are overrated. But who has the better perspective going into the locker room at the half? Montana State really was fortunate, not fortunate, but they had the lead, a substantial lead in the first half. Idaho State came roaring back. You almost get the sense that Idaho State has the momentum as we get ready to come out for the third quarter.
Yeah, well, I really believe this. The window will decide this thing. I want to see what kind of decisions are made. I'm guessing it's a field goal game. It looks like that kind of game.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. We'll kind of set the stage for the second half as we go away. Idaho State really doing a good job with its offense late in the second quarter. And Mr. Hagler with that throw, that made it a 3-point game.
They haven't been able to stop the big pass play. I thought that they had to do. Well, they did not limit their turnovers, and they gave up the big pass plays. You want me just to review these? Yeah, those are fine. I'll talk. Montana State has no rushing game. They did score. I'll talk about those. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Have you even called Pongo's name?
Once, I think.
What a disappointment.
Yep, full page reset. Irv, then we review the. You want me to set up the Lexus? And once again, welcome back to Bozeman, Montana. A spectacular Saturday afternoon. Right now, the number 12 team in 1AA leading the number 24 team in 1AA. The Bobcats over the Bengals 24-21 at the break. Irv, it's been an interesting first half, and again, as we talked about, maybe 180 degrees from what we anticipated. Didn't think we were going to see a lot of points in this football game. We have. What have been the key differences in this game? And we might as well talk about our Lexus key difference to the game.
All right, we'll do that. One of the big differences for me, I think you've caught Pongo's name one time. All right, limit your turnovers. Idaho State has had a couple that have hurt them. They have not been able to stop the big pass play. Lule has kind of had his way. Time of possession hadn't been a factor. On the other side of the game, Montana State can't rush the ball, and yet they got a rushing touchdown, and it started to come alive a little bit. Need to stop the run, haven't been able to do that. Idaho State has run all over the field. They have protected the quarterback, only one sack thus far. So it's a pretty even ball game. You know what you say, limit your mistakes. You're always going to have mistakes. Announcers make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Well, we've seen 2 mistakes in this game. Both have turned into touchdowns, one for each team. So that's kind of a push. So I'm guessing in the second half, there may be one big glaring mistake that may be coming late in this football game.
Watch the wind. I'm telling you, the wind is going to be the key in this football game.
We'll try and limit the wind up here as well. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll step aside. Stick around. The second half coming right up on Altitude. Jeff, say go. Okay. Coach, a very interesting first half. Maybe more points than you anticipated in this game?
Well, there's 2 real good teams out here right now, and the thing we have to do is worry about us. And, I think we've stopped ourselves a couple times and continue to keep our offense pushing. Defense got to get a 3 and out right now.
Larry, this is Irv Brown. First of all, congratulations on your extension. I like the way you coach the ball club. You got a big play out of Hagler. He's got a little stubbornness in him, but I'll tell you something, this guy's a gamer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And that was a great thing about Matt, why we took him out of high school, because he's a great competitor.
Coach, best of luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Bozeman, Montana, the campus of Montana State University. You cannot beat football on a fall Saturday afternoon. It is just as good as it gets. Montana State on top, 24-21, while Idaho State trailing at the moment by 3. They'll be on defense to start the second half. Just moments ago, we caught up with head coach Larry Lewis. Coach, a very interesting first half. Maybe more points than you anticipated in this game?
Well, there's 2 real good teams out here right now, and the thing we have to do is worry about us. And, I think we've stopped ourselves a couple times and continue to keep our offense pushing. Defense got to get a 3 and out right now.
Larry, this is Irv Brown. First of all, congratulations on your extension. I like the way you coach the ball club. You got a big play out of Hagler. He's got a little stubbornness in him, but I'll tell you something, this guy's a gamer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And that was a great thing about Matt, why we took him out of high school, because he's a great competitor.
Coach, best of luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Taking a look at the Idaho State possessions in that first half, Irv, things didn't start too good, but they're certainly trending the right way if you're pulling for the Bengals.
They really did come on. And it started out, it looked like they were going to dominate, and then they had the mistake, the big turnover, but they came on, they did a good job. Once again, Clark's play was huge. Thompson's play was huge. But I really like that quarterback. We're talking a lot about Lule. There's nothing wrong with this other guy. Does a nice little job.
On the other side, Montana State, they kind of went the opposite way, I think, in this football game. They got off to a rip-roaring start, and then things kind of trended. Well, they were kind of vanilla, weren't they? Some good, some bad, and just kind of alternated between good and bad for them.
Well, a lot of people wanted them to punt more because when they punt, good things happen. I was just watching Idaho State punt into the wind, warming up. Guys kicking the heck out of it. And Lule threw the heck out of the football into the wind. Maybe it won't be as big a factor as I thought.
Well, you don't want to put too much emphasis on the first possession of a 3-point game, but the way Montana State brought that half to a close, not necessarily losing all the momentum, but they certainly lost a great degree of it. They had that big lead early in this game. At one point they were up by 14 at 17-3. They also led by 10 at 24-14. They don't want to give the ball back with a chance to fall behind in this game. They've been on top the whole way, and just that kind of that psychological edge by having that lead.
That's a good point. You wonder what they talked about at halftime? We had our chance to find out because their staff is right next to us here. As you look at Mike Kramer. And all right, so Montana State gets the win in the fourth period. Idaho State's got to do some damage this period. And Montana State did defer. I guess it's smart too, Mitch, because if you play the wind and you wait for the fourth quarter, what if the wind stops blowing?
Well, I go back to the coin toss. The wind wasn't really blowing at the start of this game. I mean, it really kicked up early in the first quarter after the coin toss had been executed. So I'm sure Idaho State's thinking, well, what happened here?
There you go.
But Idaho State in the orange and white will indeed kick off to start the second half of play. And once again, that'll be Ryan Slack to do the honors. Deep back as usual for Montana State is Tremaine Murray. 5'8" senior is a good one. 5'10" senior. Sorry, Tremaine. Didn't mean to take a couple off your height there. Into the end zone, and he will not even attempt it. So Montana State will be going into the teeth of that wind to start this third quarter. And let's see what Travis Lulay can do with that, although he really hasn't been fazed by the blowing wind right into his face or its back. He's had one bad pass the entire day.
He had a great first half, didn't he? 9 out of 11. Hagler was 5 for 9.
That's not a lot of pass attempts in a football game, is it? Not that we expected a lot, maybe more so from Montana State, but 9 versus 11. Both teams did a pretty good job controlling the football when they had it. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Lulay, the give.
Oh, boy.
Gets upended, and I do mean upended.
Where's the paratrooper? Whoa. Let's pick this up. That's a pretty good form tackle. Of course, you want to stay on the ground. And unable to do it. He jumps, and boy, that's a pretty good lick. We're trying to pick that number up. I didn't get it.
Another good example of what happens when you leave your feet in a football game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Take away all that leverage and all that strength. So a short gain, a painful half a yard. Call it second down and a long 9 for Lulay. Dominic rolls out to the right. Lulay goes back the other way, inside screen. Gatewood with the catch, now going to make something happen after the catch. Turns the corner, tries to tiptoe along the sideline and gets out to the 35-yard line. That is a Montana State Bobcat first down.
Yeah, well done with that screen. Freeman put a little heat on there. All right, here it is. Once again, you look right, and then you come back with your screen. That's the old rocket screen. A little different the way they handle it. He just runs away from one. So move the chains.
Gatewood has had some big plays in this football game.
Yes, he has.
Less than a minute into the second half. Lulay fakes to Dominic, rolls right, bootleg the throw. That's Gatewood again, makes the catch, and that time wrapped up pretty good after the reception. Gain of about 5, though.
Everybody did their job there. Lulay somehow avoided a hard rush, completes the pass. The tacklers were there. The defense did a good job. Let's ISO the receiver and show you what he does. Ricky Gatewood, there's his number, 7 for 130. And he just, we lose him a little bit right here. But the defense, you're going to have to trust us, people. We had it.
Second down and 5. Ball right on the 40-yard line. Lulay with 3 receivers in the pattern, 2 to the near side. Again, 1 setback. That's Dominic. There's the throw in the flat. Gatewood again. This time caught after a short gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, the ball's thrown on the wrong side. And somehow Gatewood is able to adjust and make the play before Anthony Melvin makes the play. But that's a nice little adjustment. 3rd and short.
So a key play early on, just a couple of minutes into the second half. Montana State has led the whole way. They lead currently by 3 at 24-21. They're late to the line of scrimmage. Call a little more than a yard.
They're pressing the line here.
Dominic going to force his way through, and he'll come out the front end of the stack, and he's got a first down, and Montana State will move the chains again.
Well, once again, they don't run much. They don't run very well, but they do it when they have to.
So Montana State looking to the far sideline, and we have a stoppage of play momentarily. Gatewood going to limp off the sideline. But that's the only time they've slowed him down all day right there. He's had a big day.
Let's take a look when we get a minute what he's doing. We'll come back to that, but he has had a big day.
So first down and 10, ball at the 47. Dominic, boy, he just picks his way through traffic and follows his blockers, and he just took a couple of white jerseys for a ride all the way down to the 45-yard line. But I tell you what, Gatewood has really been the story offensively in this game for Montana State.
Well, he's done it all. Start out first play action, runs a post, and gets his ball club in great shape. Then they come back. He can do some things after he catches the football too. He can run with the ball. This was I think this was his best play. He had to stretch out for it. Here's a little rocket screen. He just runs away from some folks here.
He'd be the rocket part, correct?
I would say so.
Yes. Second down and a short 2. Lule with a whole bunch of choices here. He'll go to Dominic again, and Dominic right through the defensive front, and good line blocking again by Montana State. They've got the first down yardage and a whole lot more.
You know, this is the senior from Fullerton Junior College. He started out at UCLA. Now, all of a sudden, there's a running game here in Bozeman. Thanks to the kid who transferred from UCLA. Didn't think he's getting enough time there. He's looked good.
Tell you what, are Peter Jensen, Jeff Bolton, Jim Verlanik, Lawrence Figueroa, and Joe Hurst with their backups have done a pretty nice job, especially to start this third quarter of play.
Pretty determined drive into the win.
So first and 10, Montana State with the opening possession of the half, looking very impressive offensively. Lule back to throw again. Oh boy, he had Murray for a second. Now he's in trouble. Now he's going to step out of it. Now he's got all kinds of acreage. 30 down to the 26, brought down at the 25.
How good was that, Mitch?
Oh,
4 people had a shot. The rush was terrific. And this guy is so nimble. He's so dangerous. Wow. Best player in this league. They've had some pretty good. Watch this, people. Look at the pressure. Here's one guy taking a shot. No, 2 guys, 3 guys. 4th one gets blocked. And the 5th one gets outrun. That's a great effort. One more time. It's worth it. Travis Lule. He's been something here at Montana State for Mike Kramer.
first down
Should
and
have
10.
that ball on that other arm, maybe, huh?
26-yard line.
Got to be critical of something.
Change up in the backfield here. With the carry that time was Jason Gathing.
You know, I once talked to Bobby Knight about he had his Olympic team. I said, now what would you criticize Jordan for? And he had to find something. He criticized how he wore his shorts one day or something like that. You know, we got to criticize right now. You had that ball in the wrong arm.
Scoreboard, Coach.
Yeah.
Right now, Montana State looking to add to its 3-point lead. They have chewed up the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. And Dominic the lone setback. Lule, snap, fakes the handoff. Looking to throw out of the backfield. Look out, that ball hit the turf. I think it hit the turf.
You're right, Mitch. You got good eyes.
He scooped it, and that's a break because that one, again, was a good throw. Just not hung on to by the receiver.
You don't have replay in this conference, I don't think, do you? Let's see what happens here. It hit the ground. But the people next to us want to review. We're getting too spoiled now. Everybody wants to review everything.
Not me. I'm a shoot from the hip guy.
All right. All right, now it's 3rd and long. They're at the 25. This would be a 42-yard field goal if they have an incomplete pass here. I don't know. You know, that win.
Are you saying this is 4-down territory?
I just didn't know if you can kick it that far into the win.
May not have to, but we'll find out. Lule, 3rd down and 9 from the 25. Here comes the blitz. He's on the roll.
Are they after him?
Eluded one, can't elude the other 3. Down he goes back at the 27 for about a 1, maybe a 2-yard loss.
That was a great rush. Now, what do you do here if you're Mike Kramer? Really, Mike, what do you do? I think I'd let Lule run around and try and kick it out of bounds. Look at this. Look at the pressure. This is called pursuit, and they're all in pursuit of him. This is a jailbreak. He wasn't going to get out of this one. What do you do, though, now? Seriously, Mitch, you're the coach now. You're going to get paid. What do you do?
I go for the field goal.
You're too far away. They're going to get the ball at the 30.
I mean, according to who?
They're going to punt.
Maybe. keep in mind, he's a rollout punter, if there is such a thing. So, I mean, you can set up as a punt formation as long as your guys don't release from the line of scrimmage. He could do a lot of things, like you said. So let's see if they send anybody deep.
The clock just ran out.
Play clock comes down to 0, as
Might
Irv
have done
says.
that on purpose to get a little more room.
Going to back him up 5.
Idaho State had the answers when they had to on this drive because Montana State has kept it over 5 minutes.
It kind of reminded me of Idaho State's first drive to start this game. They had Montana State backpedaling, then they got near the red zone and they got shut down. So we will
what are they going to do?
Well, you back up 5. Well, you want to take a couple more delay. You don't need too many more delay games because punting into a 20-mile-an-hour wind, it's going to knock it down pretty good. Well, keep in mind, Lule, the quarterback, back to punt. He's at the Idaho State 42-yard line. There we go. There's going to be there's motion on the punt. Now here's the roll, and there's the punt. He's going to punt it right at his teammate. How about that? The bat it back at the 1-yard line. Ball is down finally at the 2.
What about the second guy down? Did he touch it in the end zone?
He touched it and rolled into the end zone, but did he touch it while he was in the end zone?
What a weapon.
The officials have no intention of signaling touchback here. They're going to spot it at the 2, and well, that's about as good as you can do it again, huh? Boy, Lule's punted twice in this game.
Yeah, and he's socked him in at the 2-yard line. All right, here it is. I want to see what the second guy did, Mitch. The first guy did a great job. That's legal. Where's the second guy? Is he close?
Wow.
No, I think they're legal.
Well, we go right back to work. Idaho State with the football. They've got it back and a chance to actually, with a score, take the lead for the first time. 9.5 to play in the 3rd.
Last time this happened, they threw and it was picked off for a touchdown when Lule socked him in.
Hagler gives it off to Barnett, and boy, Barnett tripped up excruciatingly close to the goal line.
The play here usually is a play action pass, but boy, do you dare do it. Play that time, good defense by the Bobcats was by King, the linebacker.
So Hagler back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 11. They lost one of the 2 yards they had to play with. The give again, right off the right side, and between the guard and the tackle, they'll get maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Montana State is really hunkering down now. Bobby Daly, you've called his name a lot, with the play. Let's go from the end zone and give you a look here. This is what's happening. You got to be careful to make sure somebody doesn't leak through. And Daly does a job. Crowd getting into it now, trying to make them mess up their signals.
Boy, it's a huge play here. If you can make them punt from their own end zone.
Yeah, you got to watch out. Make sure you don't step over the end line if you're punting.
So Hagler sets up shop at about the 2.5-yard line. 1 setback, 2 receivers. There's the give. Conservative play call right up the gut. Out to about the 7. Won't get first down yardage. And now it is punt time for Idaho State. Excellent series for Montana State.
How about Lule? 2 punts, socks him in both times at the 2-yard line. One, he's only out at about his 40. It set up a field goal, and now they'll get great field position unless this guy rockets one.
It's interesting. Lule kicks away from the return man every time. I don't know whether it's by design or just by the fact the way he kicks it.
No, he watches him.
He kicks it so low that his guy is usually the first guy to the football. It's really an interesting approach.
Let's see what the Gunners do here now. This is huge.
Murray back deep, punts away with the wind. That's a pretty good punt out of there. All the way back to the 47. Let's see what Murray can make happen. Eludes 1, eludes 2, won't elude 3, 4, and 5, and down he goes at the 43-yard line with great field position for Montana State to open up their 2nd drive of the half.
They've had the ball the entire half.
We will catch our breath, step aside. 7.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Bobcats still on top, 24-21. And welcome back to Martell Field, Bobcat Stadium, Bozeman, Montana, the home of Montana State University. 7:30 left in the third quarter, and Mr. Lulay has been awfully good for the Bobcats.
Big man on campus. That was the first play, not of the game, the first play when they got the ball. Here's the touchdown. I really like this. Good looking flag pattern. And then this run, 4 guys had a shot at him. Got the ball in the left arm. Doesn't pay off this time because Idaho State stiffened, but he's been terrific. And his punting has really been something. Here we go.
45 points in the first half. The first 7.5 minutes of the third quarter, a field position battle. Montana State has it 1st and 10 at the 45. Dominic, again, trying to pick his way through there. Picks up about 3, but a flag comes in.
Look like we got a hold. Yeah, that set you back.
Right you are, Mr. Brown. So 10 yards back the other way goes Montana State, which will diminish that very good field position to start this drive.
Holding on the offense, number 57. 10 yards to the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
You know, both the crowd was really into this football game in the first half.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And since halftime, I think they're slowly straggling back into the stadium. There's not a lot of life here for Montana State to feed off of, which
they're
is
tired. Too much
surprising.
dancing in between plays, you know. And it's homecoming. I know Berkland's the guy that they nailed there. So 1st and a bunch, 25.
Actually, 1st and 20.
Well, whatever.
I'm a stickler for details. Lulay over the middle, caught by Murray. Murray's going to get most of the penalty back and a little more as he drives it down to the 40-yard line. It's a good first down call there.
It was simple delay and then the drag pattern. Murray with the catch. Here it is now. Watch him on the right side. He'll just drag across right there. They actually pick the other guy. And they take advantage of the corner on a corner blitz. So now it's very, very doable. 2nd and 8.
Ball right at the 40-yard line. Have to get it inside the 33 to about the 32. 3 receivers, actually 4 receivers in the pattern again. Dominic the lone setback. Fake to him, throw out in the flat, catch made, and fighting for first down yardage and unable to come up with it is Javon Miller.
That was a terrific defensive effort because they had a clear out. They sent bait, and the bait was the wide guy. He goes deep, takes somebody with him. They threw underneath, and Montana State holds it to a short gain. So it's 3rd and a long 2. Actually, it's closer to 3. What do you do here? Do you give it to Dominic or do you throw the little screen?
Well, I think, again, you're in 4-down territory with this wind.
Good point.
I would just let Mr. Lulay do his thing. An audible, it appears.
Oh, boy, they're coming up bump and run. Here it is, Mitch.
See what he's got called.
Oh, good bump. Good
Can't
bump.
pick it. Oh, Lulay with the Houdini act is now free, running for the pylon, and he gets it. A first down at the 30-yard line.
Idaho State had the perfect call, and they're up 50,000 feet, and their wings fell off. Ross had him dead, just dead. They came up and bumped. They actually had a hold that they got away with. Hold comes on the right side, but look at this play here, and he shakes loose. He's strong. Big play.
Bradley Van Pelt-esque again. He really reminds me of him a lot.
Bradley Van Pelt, the backup now for the Broncos, was the MVP in the Mountain West 2 years at CSU.
So 1st down and 10, 4 fresh ones for the Bobcats just inside the 32 of Idaho State. Trips left. Lulay, draw play. Dominic's got some room, picking his way through traffic again. Pushes his way inside the 20 down to the 16.
Well, how good did that look? They have run the draw 3 times for big yardage. Finally, Clark with the tackle. Pick it up. Here's the draw. It slows you down. You've got a pass block to make them think that you're throwing. And that's exactly what they do. That's a big play for them. Remember, they have a 3-point lead. They'd love to get in here for 6, but they would settle. Make sure you get points on the board. They threw it out when they were down here before on the touchdown pass to Gatewood.
So the Bobcats officially into the red zone. We got 7 guys. They'll drop them off now in the line of scrimmage. Lulay looking left. Fires short. Right there in the slot, the catch made. And a reception to Rick Gatewood.
That was trips. And they went short. And once again, when I say bait, there's one guy out there usually who is bait. They try and get you to go with them, to open things up.
up 2nd down and 5, just outside the 11-yard. Look at Mr. He had himself a special.
Both these teams coming off good wins last week. Good wins. North Dakota State's quality. Eastern Washington was favored to win the Big Sky. Jailbreak.
Throwing for the corner of the end zone. That one a little too far out of the reach of Rick Gatewood.
Well, they had them all coming. They were selling out. They sold out before and had it made, and the kid avoided the rush. It's tough to bring down.
So another critical 3rd down play, really for both teams. Idaho State's defense has probably been on the field a little more than they expected to be today. Just about 11 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter. After that explosive first half rather. Neither team has scored here in the 2nd half. Dominic the lone setback. Just to the left of Mr. Lulay.
Coming off the corner, Mitch.
Lulay looking to throw over the middle. Nice grab on a wounded duck kind of throw. Reception made by Chaz Gwynn.
You haven't called Chaz's name much today. Little delay gets him in great position and makes the play. I couldn't tell if it was tipped or not, but sure, nice effort by Chaz. Fullerton Junior College. He's tackled by Melvin today. Are you surprised you haven't called? We highlighted Pongo.
Yeah, I spent hours name that guy. Tonga foul. Yeah.
Oh, we got a flag. Look at this. Illegal substitution.
Substitution infraction on the offense. We'll go 5 yards to the previous spot. The down remains 1.
After the play, that's the key part of that, obviously.
Yeah.
So 1st and goal now from the 10.
Wow, look at his numbers for Travis. Isn't that something?
Yeah, his numbers are obscene, or if you talk about it. Travis Lulay, #1 in career passing yards in Montana State history with nearly 9,000, now over 9,000 by the way, thanks to today. #1 in career attempts, #1 in career completions, #1 in career total offense as he moves over 10,000 yards in that category today, and #3 in career touchdowns with 48 coming in.
Timeout. They're a little confused.
That'll be the first timeout of the half taken by the Bobcats. And we will do the same. Interesting 3rd quarter, although no one has scored. 3:33 left in period number 3. We're right where we were at the half. Montana State leading Idaho State 24-21 on Altitude. Back in Bozeman, the scenic foothills along the Rockies, and right now Montana State enjoying its homecoming 24-21. 3:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Mitch Hyder, Herb Brown with you this afternoon. Thanks for joining us on Altitude for Big Sky football. Really the best 1AA has to offer.
Well, both teams are ranked. We'll see Montana State next week at Weber.
So Lulay, 1st and goal from the 10 now after
wide
the penalty.
Open.
Oh,
Somebody
that ball
deflected it.
Tipped at the line of scrimmage. Was that big ugly guy, Cy Sweat?
I don't know, but I'll tell you, you talk about avoiding a
James
bullet.
Drake
he
possibly
was wide open. There was a breakdown. They're coming off the corner again. Watch this. Look how open he is. Oh, they picked him. You're not supposed to do that, but they did. And somebody got up. Who was that? 43?
Jeff Charleston.
Charleston. He's the guy who got the sack.
Yeah, he's got 7 sacks on the year. He had one in this game to push that total up.
He's a man. They didn't think he'd be that good once they started playing. He looked that good in spring ball. He is.
Lule, magical in the red zone this year. 2nd down and goal from the 10.
Looking
Here
left.
comes the blitz. Fires left. Slant route caught. Guess who?
Penalty.
The catch made by Rick Gatewood as a flag goes down.
I think they hit the quarterback.
Oh,
Is that right? No,
I
they're
think that was
cheering
coming
over
back.
here.
Yep, I think it's coming back with a hold.
Holding on the offense, number 74. 10 yards to the previous spot. Repeat, 2nd down.
Wow.
74.
1st and goal at the 5. Now 2nd and goal at the 20.
No, let's pick it up. This Figueroa, who holds. Let's watch it. Right in the center, you can see him. Oh, takedown.
Oh.
All right, so kind of shooting themselves in the foot the last 2 drives. They ended up punting before. Idaho State, with the win, only has it for 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
So Gatewood, and you know what, you really kind of say advantage Montana State. If they get the win in the 4th quarter, just to push this quarter would be, I think, a victory for them.
Sure. Good point. So there he goes, quarterback draw.
Look at the room to run. Shakes 1, shakes 2, turns the corner, foot race to the corner.
That's
Touchdown Montana State.
Now that is a man. Sacrifice the body. Says, I'll break a rib for my school. Homecoming. Quarterback draw. Great call. Great call.
20 yards.
Don Bailey.
For Mr. Lule, and that changes the complexion of this game considerably.
All right, come right in your living room. Here it is. This is one of the better calls you'll see.
Move the
Look at
recliner.
that. And he shakes off one tackler. And
Nice.
dives. We got a penalty on the extra point. Let's see what this is all about.
What a spectacular play by Lule. And boy, the guys that, when all is lost and there's a total breakdown and it turns into a fire drill and they can make plus out of negative, those are the guys that are just such a rare breed in any league.
Substitution infraction with 12 men on the defense. We'll go half the distance to goal. Repeat, 1 untimed down.
Can't blame Idaho State for wanting 12 out there with the late
Not if you can get away with it.
Yeah. So half the distance, and they'll try it again. Now do you go for 2 since you're that close?
Send a lot of bodies in like they're thinking about that.
The lead is 9. I'm not sure about this one.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not sure about this one. I think you want to get to a 10-point margin.
I agree.
11 sounds really good until it's 9 when the play's over. Interesting. Here he comes. Play clock is down to 8. They may have to burn another timeout or just take the penalty instead. Don't burn a timeout.
No,
Let's see if they
kick it.
do that.
3, 2.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that is
Oh.
right. I guess they really want to go for 2.
It's still an extra point of 17 or 21 yards instead. Now they're down to 1 timeout in this game, and put that in the memory banks for the 4th quarter. Visitors still with 3 timeouts on their side of the board, but they trail by 9.
That's a heck of a play, that draw.
It's got to be a nightmare for a defensive coordinator when he's trying to game plan. You know, you game plan for running backs, you game plan for wide receivers. It's very difficult to game plan for a quarterback that can be 2 of the 3 as well.
Well, what it does, Mitch, it lets you play 11 on 11. And there are very few teams that can play 11 on 11.
Yeah.
The quarterback is just a passer and a guy who hands off.
So another timeout gone by the boards. Good look at Mr. Lule, who is
Big man on campus, Mitch.
He really is. You know, we talked about owning every school record. In the history of Division I AA football, Lule ranks 20th all time in career total offense and 35th in career passing yards. You're talking about the history of 1AA.
Put him up for the Harlan Hill Award.
That's phenomenal. Averaging 202 yards a game passing, 40 yards a game rushing, and 39 yards per punt. And he's up that average just a tad today.
Well, now that you've burned it, you better get it. What do you do?
Boy.
How about Dominic? They'd probably be looking for Lule. Dominic's had a nice half. Transfer from UCLA.
You can look for Lule all you want. You still got to catch him.
That's a good point.
You know, with his kind of speed, Irv, and his kind of strength, we really haven't seen much option game out of these guys.
You know, I didn't see option last year when we did a game.
Interesting.
Not once.
You think he would be just a natural, but you know what? He creates so much havoc anyway, just rolling out.
Yeah.
That
And maybe the staff just isn't comfortable coaching option. The
keeper,
he didn't
Lule.
get it. Yeah, he didn't get it.
I don't think so. The officials are going to look.
I don't like the call.
Linemen look and they say no. So they go for 2, and it's a 9-point advantage instead of 10. Think about that as we get ready to move closer to the fourth quarter. 3:16 left in the third. The Bobcats on top, 30-21, thanks to that man, Mr. Lule. Back in Bozeman, Montana, the home of Montana State. A couple of folks pretty excited so far the way things are developing. Just over 3 minutes to go in the third. 30-21 in favor of Montana State. Let's check out our Subway scoring drive. And it was a very good one for Montana State as they played the field position game here in the third quarter. 9 plays, burning another 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Lule with that 20-yard touchdown run. They've had the ball for all but, what, a minute and a half of this quarter?
Oh, yeah, they totally dominate. Don't understand the two-point conversion attempt. I really don't. 10 points is huge.
You get down to where it's a 2-score differential in the fourth quarter, touchdown and a field goal. You give it up, you're still going to overtime, and now, I don't know.
Down to one timeout, too. Could be important. They have done a great job into the wind. Idaho State hasn't been able to do anything.
Tyler Bolton will kick the football away into the teeth of that wind. He'll squib it to the left side, headed for the sideline. It's going to go out of play, and there's the flag. And 1st and 10 for Idaho State at the 35-yard line. So that's the downside of that squibber.
Well, there's 3 minutes and 16 seconds left with the win. Here's your rushing totals. Idaho State 36 rushes, 163. Montana State is up to 108 on 22. And a lot of that was Lule's draw.
Irv, we have 3 flags on the play. 2 were with the out-of-bounds kick, and 1 back here near the kickoff itself.
We have multiple fouls. We have offsides on the kicking team. We also have a free kick out of bounds. Over here, we also have a dead ball, personal foul.
Oh. And?
Who was that one on?
How about
Look at the time of possession. Pretty even.
Yeah, because Idaho State dominated in the first half. At least it appeared to. Here in the second half, Montana State has gotten the football and hung on to it. So we've set the plot with 3 different scenarios via the flags. Now we need the resolution, or the denouement, if you will.
The what? You're
welcome.
You could call me that till I look it up.
Well, you get back to me next week.
I've never seen 3 on one play. I've seen 2, but
this may take a while to sort out, but we're going to find out here.
The offside penalty against the kicking team is declined. The free kick out of bounds will be administered from the 35-yard line. The dead ball personal foul against Idaho State will be administered from the 35, 15 yards, first down.
So you know what? It's like the net result is a touchback. The ball's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20.
Montana State came out.
So the ball's going to be marched back to the 20-yard line.
Hagler will be the key now. He's 7 of 14 with 1 interception for 88 yards and a touchdown. Lulay, 16 for 21 with 1 pick, 201 yards, 1 touchdown. The guy's hurting a little bit, isn't he?
Battle scar. That'll get him a date, though.
It does?
Oh, I think so.
I didn't know that.
Dustin Murray. He's good for the next couple weeks. So 1st and 10 for Idaho State at the 20. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. They trail by 9. Barnett trying to go wide, keeps going wider, and runs out of real estate, and down he goes for a 1-yard loss.
The best tackler you have in football is the boundary, and Corey Austin helps the boundary. That's bad. It's just too wide. Just hurt them. Their success has been between the tackles. Run the 6 and 7 hole.
So now make it 2nd down and 11. Well, Idaho State has certainly run the football very well this year. We're up to Hagler to keep that defense honest, though, with the passing game. They just haven't had the football at all in this quarter. Hagler back to throw.
Look out.
Going outside. Boy, good job by the receiver to shield off the defender from that football. The reception made out to about the 26-yard line.
Well, Hunter really played that, Mitch.
Shaq Okabar with the reception.
Torrance, California. This is well done. You notice how many guys from both teams are from California. There's so many football players in California. Look at the D here. That's a good cornerback. Well done. All right, 3rd down. See if they can pick it up. 2 minutes left in the period with the win.
It's interesting that DB went to the outside of that reception as opposed to the inside.
Yeah, I thought it was a pick and a touch, to tell you the truth.
3rd down and 5. Must get to the 30-yard line. Big play here for Idaho State. Here comes the blitz. There goes the football. Loose on the carpet. Taken away by the Bobcats.
Wow, what an effort that time by Bobby Daly. A Montana kid. I'm talking about California. He's a Montana kid.
That was a free football. 2 or 3 players had a shot at it, and the big blue jersey comes up with it. Bobby Daly.
Now watch this lower part right here. Here's 43 coming like a man.
That's Marutis.
That's Marutis who makes the hit, and then Daly gets that pick.
Watch Marutis bat the ball away here. Watch this, Irv. He'll just swat at it.
Watch him hold it up. I like this. Like
that's Dikembe Mutombo right there.
Yeah, that looked like Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's right.
So 1:48 to go in the 3rd. Montana State looking for a huge score here. Lulay hit, wrapped up, and brought down. They haven't caught him many times today, but they sure did there. That's a loss of 11 on the play.
Well, that's Charleston. That's his 2nd sack. He is special. Transferred from a D2 school. Look at him making adjustment, Mitch.
Whoa.
He looked inside, took care of his responsibility. That did look like Jared Allen kind of, didn't it? This guy's a good player.
So now, well, this is Lulay territory here, 2nd down and 20. That's what he had on the touchdown run. I think they'd be a little more aware of that at this point. So he didn't move. No drop. Threw it outside his receiver.
You have a flag?
No flags either. Chaz Gwynn looking for one.
Yeah, that was kind of a dangerous pass. Dante Williams, the DB in coverage over there. Just a 3-step drop. Let it go. 3rd down. Don't you hope it goes to 4th so you can see a punt? Now tell me the truth. Come on.
Well, will they punt from here? They're in 4th
Well, they did
territory
the last
again.
time.
You know what? If they have to go on 4th, they may have to attempt the field goal just to make up for that botched 2-point conversion.
You're too far out, Mitch.
Why don't you trust the legs of the youth of today?
No, not when it's going into that gale.
Cynical. 3rd down and 20. Lulay, little out pass here, and Dominic makes the catch, but went nowhere. Picked up a yard.
All right, this is a 42-yard field goal. Do you think you can kick a 42-yard field goal into that win?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
And Lulay's leaving.
I don't think we're going to see it, but
there
I
it
guess
is.
we are. All right. The man's had a great year. He has done an excellent job. He is 5 of 6 coming into today. He's got 1. I'm not going to throw the guy under the bus like you guys. 41-yarder.
Yeah, how about now?
Well, the wind had nothing to do with that.
You hear him next door run. 20 seconds left with the wind.
Keep in mind, Montana State will have the wind at its back in the fourth quarter. They have done a great job playing keep away from Idaho State here in the third quarter, despite the blocked field goal that no doubt would have been good without any issues with the wind.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about 7 foot high.
I don't know if you've heard this, Irv, but there's a rumor that the NHL lockout ended a few months ago, and the NHL is back on altitude. Coming up Wednesday at 7:30, the Avalanche taking on the Edmonton Oilers right here on altitude at 7:30. Heard they got a pretty good director for that broadcast, too.
Who?
Some guy named Lou Personette, I believe.
Worked with him years ago.
Yeah.
I remember him.
He's still around?
He's a good guy.
Huh. So Idaho State trying to make the most of this final 20 seconds. Quick reception, quickly out of bounds. They gain 6 on first down. Second down and 4 for the Bengals. Bengals in that road white jersey with the orange pants and trim. Montana State, the Bobcats at home.
By the way, Sterling Manier with the block on that field goal, which really looked low all the way. You know, when you're out of big distance, you're going to have to kick it lower.
It was going to slice right through the wind that way without any issues. Here comes the blitz. They get the football away, and great defensive coverage. Boy, Montana State all over that play. Toff Grenfell again. We're calling his name a lot.
Yeah. They used the umpire as a shield, and Grenfell would have nothing to do with it. This should be the last play of the quarter.
Well, you wonder if you don't want to give the football back, but now they've run it to the point, Irv. 10 seconds to go. If they don't get a first down, you want to punt with the win before the quarter ends.
I would, but I'm sitting up here. Of course, when I coached, we quick kicked. You don't do that anymore. It's a great play.
Well, I know Montana State could quick kick if it wanted to out of that shotgun. So here's a big play, third down and 4. Will they have to give the football up? Back to throw. Nice throw, nice catch, reception made out at the 39-yard line. Once again, Eddie Thompson starting to make his presence felt as this game wears on.
Well, use him more. That's a quarter.
Well, they'll spot the ball and wind the clock, and that'll probably get rid of the last 2 seconds. They wind the clock. The clock shows 0. We've got 45 minutes in the football books, and we've got 15 minutes of football left. The Bobcats on top 30-21. This has been a terrific football game, both offensively and defensively. The Montana State faithful feeling pretty good about stuff. From Bobcat Stadium in Bozeman, Montana, you're watching Big Sky Conference football action between Idaho State and Montana State on Altitude Sports and Entertainment. With my partner Irv Brown, I'm Mitch Hyder, and the fourth quarter starts with a whimper instead of a bang for Idaho State. On the other hand, it starts with a bang instead of a whimper for Montana State. A big sack all the way back to the 25-yard line. That is a loss of 15.
Nick Muratis, you've called his name a lot, Mitch. Huge play. Now what did he come back with?
30-21. Montana State has led the entire way. They've been threatened, but they have refused to relinquish the lead.
What's crucial here for Montana State, they're going empty, is not to pick up a penalty, a pass interference call.
5 wides, trips to the left, twin receivers to the right. Hagler throws.
Great block.
Short pass, big block, as Irv said. Still on his feet all the way out across the 40 to the 44-yard line goes Marcel Legrone. And Irv, you kind of sense the whole day they've really been trying to get Legrone into the game. He hasn't done it on special teams because he hasn't had a chance to return kicks, but he looks like an explosive guy.
Let me tell you who made a great block is a guy who would be a candidate for MVP if he didn't play with the leg against the leg, is Thompson. Watch Thompson's block. Boom. Third down, and it's doable after that long loss.
Nice recovery. 3rd and 6, so they got about 19 of it back on that play.
Find Thompson.
Idaho State on the brink. They need to continue this drive. Here comes the blitz. There goes the football. Catch made. And reception again by Legrone across midfield to the 46-yard line, the 47-yard line of Montana State, and the chains will move.
Hagler got killed that play. Stayed in there. Pick it up again, though. Remember, they were 2nd and 25. Great play. Great catch. And they do get him involved. A reminder, it's a 9-point game. I'm still trying to figure out why they went for 2. Love Coach Mike Kramer, but I don't understand that one.
1st and 10 at the 48. Hagler the handoff. That's
Cornish.
Cornish trying to turn the corner. He does, and bowls his way down to about the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on 1st down. And we saw a lot of that in the second quarter. They just haven't been able to stay on the field long enough to get it going.
Marutis did it. The only thing wrong with that play, didn't get out of bounds, which would have saved him some time. Now it'll take about 15 seconds to get a play off. 12:47 left in a 9-point game.
Ball spotted just outside the 41-yard line.
Doesn't Hagler show you something, though? Guy's got a lot of guts.
There's 2 gutty quarterbacks in this game.
Both teams doing a good job. Well coached.
Keep in mind, 1 timeout left for the Bobcats. All 3 left for Idaho State. Keeping that in the back of your mind as this game winds down. There it is. There's the pitch. That's Barnett with the catch, or the catch off the toss. And he'll fire forward to the 35, and that's a 1st down for Idaho State.
You know, it's easy to play with somebody's chips when you're up here, because we played with, as we look at the option, here it is, just down the line. They hadn't seen it, so it was kind of a surprise. You know, we played with Coach Lewis's chips when he didn't kick, or when he kicked the field goal, half yard to go. Now we play with
Mr.
Kramer's chips. It's easy to do. You know, you tell people how dumb they are, and you sit up here eating. Look at this. He stumbled and kept. Oh, man.
Cornish should have been hit for a yard loss. Instead, he gets all the way down to the 31, nearly a 1st down.
Well, he just refused to go down. He finally does when Hunter makes the tackle. But look at this play here. Now, he should go down, you would think. There's a good block there.
2.
And there's I don't know how he kept his balance. He does a great job there. Under 12 to play in the football game. On the move. Idaho State, they've been down, but they certainly have not given up.
Getting a pretty positive vibe right now from Idaho State. Barnett bouncing off tacklers. Look out. It's a foot race. 10-5 pushed out of bounds at the 5 and right through the padding.
Boy, they want a flag. Knocked out ABC's thing, huh? They should have had altitude up. Anyway, look at this run, though, by Barnett. Shows his quickness. We have a football game. Here it is. Now, they wanted a flag here next to us. I just thought he knocked him out, but That's a terrific effort.
Nice pick by the official.
Oh, yeah, you run at those officials. All right, let's see what they do here. Pretty good stiff arm. We don't see that too much.
Now, here's my pet peeve, Irving, college football. If you can call a face mask on the defense,
why not there?
You can call it on the running back as well. That's right in the guy's grill. That is not a fair fight.
There's a touchdown.
Off the left side to the goal line. Touchdown, Idaho State.
Right back in it, and they don't have to go for 2.
Cornish from 5 yards out with his 9th rushing touchdown in 5 games.
They can cut it to 2. There's plenty of time left. Boy, we've got a good football game for you. Hope you people are enjoying it.
So Cornish finds pay dirt.
Into the wind, Mitch, that drive.
Apparently nobody wants to go with the wind in this football game. Extra point pending. And now how big does that 2-point conversion attempt loom? Instead of 31-28, it is 30-28 in favor of Montana State.
So what's going to happen? The wind's still blowing hard. Lulay will be on the field.
Heck of a soap opera brewing here. We'll come back for the rest of the 4th after this. And welcome back to Bobcat Stadium in Bozeman, Montana. Mitch Hyder, Herb Brown with you this afternoon on Altitude for Big Sky Football. And boy, we advertised this one as maybe one of the more entertaining games on the schedule all year, and it has lived up to the billing. 11:30 left in the 4th quarter, 30-28. Montana State by 2. This is as close as the Bengals have been since the first possession of the game.
We had the same kind of game last year in the W. Holt Dome with these two teams.
Here's our Subway scoring drive, and that was a good one for Idaho State. Bengals 11 plays, chew up 4 minutes. Cornish with that 3-yard burst.
Now you tell me how. They didn't have the ball with the wind. Did nothing. They come back against the wind and look like $1 million. Hard running backs.
Well, the wind won't provide you any resistance if you're going with it, but it may cause you to overthrow, so that's something Montana State would have to guard against here in the 4th.
Oh, look at this into the wind. Wow. Mitch, I'm giving it up. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Is it just surface wind?
I'm not saying another word.
Tremaine Murray a little taken aback as well as he backpedaled out of the end zone. So now it is time for Montana State to answer again. And to their credit, they have answered each and every time Idaho State has made a run at them.
Remember, Montana State got a huge turnover and unable to take advantage of it. Still think usually it comes down to a turnover.
Lulay breaks out of the sideline huddle. They immediately go to trips right. Dominic the lone setback. Lulay again, he is a handful. He can make you look pretty good when things are looking pretty dire.
I didn't go much.
That was one painful yard for Dominic.
Yeah.
He's had a very good day.
Yeah. Down people made a little pile and nothing doing.
2nd and 9 on the 21-yard line.
Clock moves toward the 11-minute mark. All kinds of time left in this contest. We've seen a lot less throwing in this game than we anticipated. And
Yeah, we really have.
Montana State, I guess, gets credit for that because their running game has been as good as it's been all year.
Oh, yeah, they picked it up. They've really picked it. That's their last time out, Mitch.
Oh, boy.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Going to be huge because Idaho State's got them all.
Well, this is a 2-point game with 10:50 to go. You look at the stats after the third quarter. Total offense, 327 for Idaho State, 300 for Montana State. First downs, 21 for Idaho State, 15 for Montana State. Game pretty even. This game has big-time ramifications, not only for the Big Skyer, but just in terms of the national polls. And you can look at where these two teams stack up in the 1AA poll that was released this week. There you see Montana State 2-2, but this is their Big Sky opener. Idaho State 1-0 as they handed Eastern Washington that loss.
They were the favorite this year.
Yep. So Idaho State, boy, if they could knock off Montana State and Eastern Washington to kick off the season, you may not be able to catch them.
Well, remember, they won 3 games last year, and they believe in Larry Lewis. They gave him an extension. As you look at Mike Kramer, I like this guy a lot. He's been around. He's done a good job. He's used this guy effectively. What they have not used effectively is their timeouts. It's over. Done. Will it be a factor? Well, you don't know. There's so many things that you just can't really comment on.
Well, Montana State has had a steady diet of Justin Dominic with 13 carries and 70 yards, and Rick Gatewood 9 catches for the second straight week, 139 yards so far. Got 2/3 of the final quarter to go. Second down and a long 8 for the Bobcats. Movement.
That's on the offense, isn't it?
Second down and a long 13 coming up for the Bobcats.
Prior to the snap, ball start, number 73 on the offense. 5 yards to the previous spot. The down remains 2.
Well, let's take a look at how we got to this point here, Irvin, the second half, and things really got a little bit askew as Montana State went for 2, leading by 9, and there's the play, and then that kind of opened the door for Idaho State, and they've kind of at least kicked the door in a little bit.
Yeah, they really have. They've done a good job running the football. A lot of determined running. This is against, as you take another look here, but this is against Montana State, and all of a sudden, that student section over there is very quiet.
Homecoming has gotten very serious all of a sudden. So second down and about 15. Throw to the near side. Murray with the catch. Going to try and make something happen after the grab. Gets it out, pushes his way to the 24-yard line. And that'll bring up a very interesting 3rd down and 6 call for the Bobcats.
Well, they really swarmed to the football. Oklahoma State beat Montana State, and today, Mitch, they get hammered by Colorado, 34-0.
The Buffs a 34-0 winner.
34-0 winner over Okie State.
My goodness.
Yeah. Utah lost at North Carolina. Those of you who follow the region that we're in.
So 3rd down and 6. Big play here for both sides. Screen. Catch made by Dominic. Picking his way through traffic. Gets his fanny out across the 30 to the 32, and that's a 1st down.
Wow, what an effort there. Mitch just quickly, guy that people follow from around here, Urban Meyer. He got hammered today. Alabama 31, Florida 3. Here's your screen. Terrific call by Mike Kramer and his staff. Get the rush. Get just one block. Was that on the ground?
Pretty close.
Couldn't tell. Anyway, big 1st down with 9:47 left.
So they move the chains and the clock continues to move. Inside 10 minutes to go. Good pickup on the blitz. Catch made once again. Rick Gatewood with the reception and the run out to the 39.
Tackle that time by Terrence Callaway. Give you another one, Mitch. Wyoming leading UNLV 35-3. Joe Glenn, who coached in this league at Montana, doing a heck of a job at Wyoming. So Ricky's looked pretty good, hasn't he?
Double-digit catches, nearing 150 yards. And I don't think he's done yet. If Montana State has prevailed, he can't be done yet. 2-point game. Montana State 2nd down and 3. The give. Dominic leapfrogs the pile. Comes down at about the 41, and he's going to be just a hair shy of the 1st down.
Paratrooper. Gave an effort, didn't he?
So third down, and let's call it less than a yard. And this would be, I would think, prime territory for Mr. Lulay.
Yeah. Do you think Southern Cal will lose again ever?
Are they coasting today?
No, they're losing to Arizona State 21-3 at half.
Wow.
Nebraska leading Iowa State 10-3. Hard to figure these two teams.
How about Alabama? They're back.
They're back. They beat Florida today.
Mike Shula, they'll be 5-0. Boy, that's a whole bunch on a quarterback sneak. That's a 4-yard gain.
Did a great job there, didn't he?
If he had kept his feet, there was nobody left over here.
He's a gamer. Gives his team a first down with 8:21 left. Let's pick it up. He runs to the right. Remember, there's a center out there. There's Bolton that the pros are here taking a look at. Well done by Lulay.
A little gopher just burrowed his way for 4 yards.
He sure did.
So that'll move the chains, and the clock will continue to run as we approach the 8-minute mark. 7 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Montana State has led the entire way. Their lead, however, down to less than a field goal at 30-28. Dominic,
nice play.
Wrapped up and brought down for no gain.
Looking for a stop. Once again, they're only down a couple.
Boy, Jeff Charleston has been a force today.
Yeah, Charleston with that tackle. He's had the 2 sacks. Good player. You know, just talking to the people up here, they really didn't know what they had when he transferred in. Getting the idea now, I think. It's working out pretty good for him. He's just done a terrific job for him. Charleston is a player of the week on the third to transfer from Western Oregon. He was a tight end.
Second down and 10.
Oops.
Boy, rolling right, going for the screen the other way, and I don't know whether that was tipped or whether Lulay just lost his balance and underthrew it.
Big third down.
This is going to get real interesting.
Yeah. A couple other scores if you missed it. Yankees over Red Sox 8-4.
You're not going to read those, are you?
And did Cleveland? Oh, they lost. The White
Thanks,
Sox.
Irv. Appreciate that.
Don't you follow them?
Just a tad, yeah. Nice job by the Tribe to lose 5 of 6 at home in the final week. But they're still in it.
Yeah, that's true.
One more Boston loss and a win tomorrow. There'll be a playoff for the wild card.
You got to get to the 42.
Third and 10. Hit. Let it go down the field. There's our guy again, bobbling it, unable to come up with a football is Gatewood.
All right, boy, they're going wild next door because they got a shot now. Let's see what kind of punt Lulay gets off. And was this interference? Let's take a look. Is he face guard? Well, I don't know. You know, Mitch, you
inside
take it
position.
Yeah. All right. Watch Lulay. This could be the play of the game. Single safety. They don't have 2 back. Interesting.
Marcel Legrone has been waiting and itching for a chance to return a kick of any kind today.
All starts with a snap.
That's
returnable.
Yep, Legrone at the 15. Oh, nice sidestep there, and got about 6 yards where there appeared to be none. So not bad field position. 1st and 79 for Idaho State. They trail by 2, 30-28 Bobcats. 6:58 to go in the fourth. Do not touch that dial. Today's game on Altitude Sports and Entertainment has been brought to you by Taco Bell, open until 1 a.m. or later, and by King Soopers. Our people make the difference. This will make a difference in the old Big Sky standings. Montana today holding off Weber State 24-19. We'll see Weber next week. So Idaho State
nice play
with the football. They need to navigate 79 yards.
Well, how about
not
King?
A good start.
King did a great job.
Who was that?
That was King.
King who?
What do you mean King who? King.
Was that Epikopos?
Yeah.
King?
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, I do.
I just call him Captain A. There we go.
The King. It's good to be the King.
Uh-huh.
Second down and a long 13. Montana State.
All right, where are you going to throw the football here now?
We're about to find out.
Oh, they ran it.
Sweep. Barnett running into a stack. Bounces off the stack. Still didn't get back to the original line of scrimmage. And oh boy, a big 3rd down and 11 coming up here.
Boy, they just stacked that up on the edge and did a great job. Remember, this team gives up a lot of yardage, but not a lot of points when it's sticky. 3rd down, 3rd and long.
Total yards in this game virtually even coming into the 4th quarter. Whole team just a hair over 300. Been an evenly played game. It's had its ebbs and its flows, but we're right back almost to the equilibrium point. 3rd down and 10, ball at the 23.
They're coming. Got a long
On
way
the
to
right
go.
side, Barnett's not going to get there. He'll come up a half a dozen yards shy, and it'll be punt time with 5.5 to play.
And once again, some big plays for Montana State on defense, and that was Corey Austin. Austin with a big play. Let's give that defensive coordinator a shot. Pete Kwiatkowski.
Also, this may be the first time the wind's going to be a factor in terms of special teams play.
Right.
Punting into the wind. It really hasn't seemed to have any effect on either team, amazingly. Good coverage. Punt is away.
Oh,
that's a beauty.
That.
Now you got to go get it. He's going to run it down. Going to try the near side.
The boundary.
Going to get. Oh, that ball came precariously close to coming out, but he had about 7 yards back after the big bounce.
Montana State needs first downs here. And of course, Idaho State is going to do all they can. This guy kicks it out of the stadium. Great. And remember, the boundary is the best tackler in football. Right there.
Ooh.
It'll help you. It did almost come out. Well put, man.
Tremaine Murray doing a pretty good job to corral it and then hang on to it. So Montana State with a 2-point lead, 4:46 to go, and the wind at their back.
Give you a quick score. Michigan beat Michigan State 34-31 today. Texas 51, Missouri 20.
Ooh. Toss play. Dominic nowhere to go off the right side, and he might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
So let me ask you something while we're waiting for him to huddle up. If Arizona State holds on, they're ahead 21-3 and beats USC. Who's number one? Is it Va Tech or Texas? Both won today.
I might go with Texas. They went into the big horseshoe and picked off a big win there in Columbus. That just doesn't happen very often.
For those who missed it, USC has been averaging 59 points a game.
They got 3 at the half.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, we saw that last week. They fell behind 13 zip.
Like they're backing off.
Montana State to throw.
Well
Pretty catch.
done.
What a nice catch. Chaz Gwynn on the slant route.
Hadn't had that much action today, boy. Lule hits him right on the numbers.
How about the O-line on that play?
Great job.
So 4 minutes and 1 second left. The chains will move. The clock will start.
Here it is. Boy, they do a great job blocking. They dropped 8. Get a fresh set of downs. Under 4 minutes to play. Protecting a 2-point lead.
Right now it's all about that clock as we hit 3:40 to play. Travis Lule at quarterback. He has been effective. Dominic trying to skip to the outside after ducking inside, and he got about 4 yards on first down.
Protect the football.
And stay in bounds.
3 timeouts left. Are they using one here?
They are.
Remember, Montana State is out of them.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Idaho State will take a timeout to take a breather, and so will we. don't go away. 3:26 to play in the contest. The Bobcats by 2 and the football near midfield. This one is going to be special. It is crunch time. 3:26 left here in Bozeman. 30-28. The homecoming celebrating Bobcats with a 30-28 lead over the visiting Idaho State Bengals. Right now, the ball at the 46-yard line of Montana State. The Bobcats with the football facing 2nd down and 6.
Idaho State has used 1 timeout. They have 2 left. Montana State has burned all of them. Of course, Montana State wants that clock to run.
Lulay, boy, they snuffed that out in a big hurry. Lulay literally was just frozen in his tracks. He had nowhere to go. He couldn't go left or right or up the middle.
Yeah, Sterling Marin there with the tackle. Clock running with 3:11 left. Here's your key play now. Can you pick up a 1st down?
3rd down and 10.
If not, they will punt with the wind with a guy who has had great success with the side saddle, as they like to call it. The Australian rules, whatever. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
They must get to the 48-yard line of Idaho State. Lay back to throw. Pretty good coverage. Over the middle. Catch made. Catch made shy of a 1st down by about 2 or 3 yards. Dominic with the reception. He just couldn't get enough wiggle room to get across midfield.
I've seen Lulay run. Saw him last year. This is a timeout. 1 left, but let's pick this up now as the defense does their job. They know where the sticks are, and they keep from going there. Get back to the thought, Mitch. I saw him run from pump formation. You know how quick he is. Now, this would be a major gamble, because if you don't get the first, they get the ball at midfield. Nobody seems bothered by the wind with the kicking game.
You know, I'm watching the flag over here on the end of the field, and the flag is beginning to wrap around the pole. I think the wind is actually changing directions. Instead of blowing straight up the field, it's blowing from our left to the right. Now, how that factors in, I don't know. Time will tell, but that flag is actually circling the flagpole right now. Interesting. But Montana State in the driver's seat for the moment.
But they're in the driver's seat, but they've got 1 foot outside the door.
There's a designated driver waiting to take over here at any minute.
All right. Now keep in mind, the guy going back has got a little ability, and you never know what could happen here. This is Legrone. He's got some speed out of San Diego.
Now, with that in mind, Herb, do you just play for the return if you're Idaho State?
I make sure that, that this kid doesn't run, because I'm telling you what, he is exciting.
There's no need for upfield penetration here. I mean, the block would be nice.
Well, I don't think you try and block.
That opens the door. Yeah,
I think you're right. Hey, there's a lot of football left to be played with 2:37 left.
So 4th down and 3. Ball at the 49. 1st down markers at the opposite 48. Lulay awaits the snap. It's a good one. Runs and then boots it away. Runs right, kicks left. Ooh.
That's not very good. They're excited next to us in the Idaho State booth.
Ball's got to be spotted around the 30, doesn't it?
Yeah. Need a field goal to win.
Ball
One timeout left.
28-yard line is where Idaho State will take over. 2:31 to go and one timeout to their side of the ledger. Again, as Irv mentioned, Montana State without a timeout to do anything with. Altitude Sports and Entertainment welcomes customers of Bresnan Communications from around the state of Montana. Nice to have you with us on this afternoon. Not a bad way to start, huh? This is a pretty darn good football game.
All right, crowd trying to really be a factor here. Two safeties are playing. Oh, they're offsides.
Hagler, there's the give. That's Barnett. Barnett got horse collar, but
did they time that? He timed it just
perfectly. A flag.
Yeah.
Not a bad head start. A gain of a couple on first down.
2:19. They should be urgent.
Going without, or going with the no huddle, I should say. Hagler again sets his squad. Back to throw. We hit the 2-minute mark. Slant route, ball tipped in the air and nearly picked off. On the slant route was Bruce Manette, and he never had a chance. That ball deflected before it got to him.
Yeah, Ryan Force, let's pick this up. Force is a gamer. We saw him last year. Liked what he brings to the table. He's right there. Good job. Third down after Force's play.
They got the third down in a hurry, didn't they?
Well, they did. Who would you find? Can I make a suggestion? Eddie Thompson, number 6.
Dane Simmons started this game with a nice catch. We haven't heard from him either.
All right, 4 wides. They'll be going in and out. They're
the
coming
game.
off the edge.
Back to throw is Hagler. Fires. Ball batted away. Falls incomplete. No flag down. There's your guy. Griffin wanted the flag, but nothing there.
Corey Austin with the play. Here's your football game. Remember, Idaho State only has the 1 timeout left. If Montana State stops them here on 4th down, they can use 1, and then you find that ever-famous touchdown. Here's Corey Austin. Montana State with 3 big plays, and it's been sticky. 4th down.
We'll just get out of the way and let this one unfold. Hagler needs 8. The promised land is the 38-yard line on this side of the football field. Here we go.
Oh, he's going for all of it, Mitch.
Down the sideline. Defender fell down. Oh, the receiver got rocked. And that is an exclamation point on Montana State's lead. Level in the lumber was Toph Grenfell.
The 191-pound senior from Lake Arrowhead, California. So Montana State is going to win their homecoming.
Shaq Okabar is the man down on the near sideline, and he remains down.
Yeah, he took a real lick, didn't he?
Watch it again.
You'll get, here it is, as you'll see the reaction now. Boy, what a lick. That's dangerous. Hopefully he's all right. There's Kramer. And Mike is just a minute and 50 seconds away. And you like to say it's over, but people remember when Herman Edwards picked up that fumble with the Giants.
Well, those folks think it may be over. You don't think they'll be a little riled up this evening?
I
here
think
in
so.
Bozeman?
I think they're going to have a good time if this holds up.
We will take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the finish. Minute 50 left in the game. 30. Let's hold that thought for a moment.
Why don't we stay here? That's
we?
a good idea. Let's see what they do.
Thank you. Lulay under center. Gives it to his most sure-handed running back. Once again, Justin Dominic has been really, really solid today. And there's the final timeout called by the visitors. Okay, now we'll step aside. 30-28 Bobcats. Minute 44 to go. Come on back for the finish in a moment. This one's still a little bit in doubt, although Montana State appears to have control. 30-28, the Bobcats leading Idaho State by 2 with 1:44 to go. Final timeout just taken by the Bengals. So the Bobcats just need to burn 1:44, and they've got 3 downs to do it with.
Well, they're in a run formation, not a touch it down formation. Big thing here is to take care of your football.
Either you down it or you take it wide, so it takes them a while to respot the football, right?
As long as you don't. That's what oh, he got a first down, Mitch. He's got a touchdown.
He's thinking about it all the way down to the 9-yard line.
And there's your ball game.
Dominic putting an exclamation point on his day. He has been terrific.
Well, there's a flag. Wait a minute. Like Lee Corso says, not so fast, my friend.
Flag down back at the 25-yard line. Dominic.
Offside.
The defense. It is declined. Result of the play, first down.
Dominic has been tremendous today, and this is example 1A.
He did a great job. You know, they weren't supposed to be able to run the football, and he's, I don't know his final totals, but he's done a bunch in the second half. 128 and counting. They're still in the eye, so.
2-point game. Do you just take a knee here?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Let that play clock run down inside of 5. Lulay sets his team.
Dominic, 99 yards rushing.
Ooh. Dominic started right, tried to cut back left. It's one of those where, we're just trying to run the clock, but if we score, that'd be okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to.
Yeah,
I think you want to keep somebody
that's a pretty
back,
high risk.
10 yards.
Yep, now I think Lulay just got the word from the sideline. No need to run another play in terms of an actual play.
Yeah. One more touchdown. Touch it down. There's the safety man, Gatewood. And the celebration will start after this snap. Good football game.
Great football game.
We'll see them again next week. They did a great job. Both sides. I like their intensity.
See how Montana State acts on the road next week.
Yeah, against Weber. Weber pretty good today. Gave Montana a good go.
So the officials getting ready to spot the football. They will wind the clock inside of 22 seconds. They will not have to run another play. So Montana State took the lead. The very first possession, they have never looked back, and they post a very impressive 30-28 win over Idaho State. So the Bengals, coming off a win a week ago, now have to regroup a little bit themselves.
Saw a lot of good things today. A couple quarterbacks, I liked what they did. That's a good game, good ball game. A lot of football left to be played. Montana State needed this game much more than Idaho State did. It's as simple as that. Idaho State has won once in the Big Sky to beat one of the favorites. So now we'll see what Montana State can do on the road at Weber. Idaho State's got Montana.
So a happy homecoming for Montana State. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll step aside, come back. Herb and I will wrap it up. Stay with us. And welcome back to Montana State University. Bobcat Stadium. Martell Field was very good to the home team today. The Bobcats of Montana State. Mike Kramer's squad ranked number 12 in 1AA with a nail-biter over the Idaho State Bengals 30-28. Irv, maybe a little bit different game than we anticipated, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I thought it would be close. I think I even said it'd come down to a field goal. And it was a 2-point game, but hey, there was some hard hitting. There was some terrific individual play. Good Big Sky football game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this way. Got some highlights, Mitch.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. And this really kind of turned the game Montana State's way for good, as it turned out in terms of score.
Yeah, they got that pick. They take it in. They were up 10-0 at the time. And then Lule, who we talked about the entire game, he had himself a big one.
Yep, Gatewood with the reception, Lule with the run. Then Idaho State made it interesting, and we thought maybe a botched 2-point conversion might factor into this football game. Turned out it didn't, and I think you really have to credit Montana State's defense for making sure that botched 2-point conversion didn't factor in.
Well, that last drive when Idaho State had the ball game, you had some guys step up. Good win for Mike Kramer. Second year in a row we've seen him beat Idaho State.
Montana State now 3-2. They move above the 500 mark. More importantly, they are 1-0 in conference play. Idaho State is 3-2 as well. They are 1-1 in league play. So Idaho State gets a tough road game out of the way, but not the way they had hoped.
Yeah, they got to play a tough team next week. They got Montana, and we'll see Weaver, Montana State next week.
So it was a good one. We want to thank you for watching today here on Altitude. For my partner, Irv Brown, I'm Mitch Hyder saying so long from Bozeman, Montana, where the Montana State Bobcats have knocked off the Idaho State Bengals by a final score of 30-28. Be sure and join us again next Saturday for more exciting Big Sky Conference football, where the Montana State Bobcats take on the Weber State Wildcats at 1:30. Footage courtesy of Fox Sports Net. Transmission facilities for today's telecast provided by HTN Communications. This telecast has been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Goodbye from Bozeman. We'll see you next week.